Hey guys, I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you on YouTube Live. Happy Monday. Number one, if you've never been here before and you're catching this live, hang around. This is a great spot where we talk about plumbing. We've got people that want to get in the trades, people that are in the trades and want to get better, some that are in the trades and want to open their own company, and actually we've got some company owners that get in here to see what we do on social media. I love it because we love talking about it. Cool thing is, if you are actually searching for a video and you're catching this on a replay, number one, you may want to hang around just to see what's going on. If not, and you're going to get back out, do me a favor. Number one, jump out and subscribe because we talk about all kinds of things plumbing. But if you get out, go look through the channel, find the video that you're looking for, and hopefully you can fix your plumbing problem. Man, welcome to everybody. Started off, man, with a couple of super chats. Got Cruz and Urban Explorer. Mr. Neil, thank you so much, brother. Congratulations on 200,000 to you and your team. You know what, Neil, brother, thank you so much. Number one, thank you for being here. Number two, thank you for all you do. All the moderators, you, Paul, Will, Grayson, Amber, Julie, Elizabeth, everybody. And I don't even know if I've got her set up yet as a moderator, but she will be real soon. But man, here's the cool thing. This has been great. And I really did. I want to take just a minute to say thank you. Not just, we got a new member too. Man, look at this. We're getting off started good. We're doing good things. We're having fun. We enjoy what we're doing. But the neat thing about it is, look, we're helping people. And I love it because, and I want to jump up, there we go. That camera's kind of blurry, the left camera. Thanks. I'm gonna jump back over here. You're good, Will. The neat thing is we are having fun. See, I love having people in here that just say, hey, it's fixed. Don't worry about it. And it does. It looks good. So, the neat thing is we're having fun doing what we do. But why I love this is literally I get people send me messages all the time, say, look, here's my card. I started plumbing a year ago when I found your channel. Now I'm running my own truck. I get people that send me messages, say, look, I have learned so much from you about plumbing and you make me a better plumber. So, man, that's why we do it. We love it. Neil, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate you being in here. Love having you around. And, man, can't wait till we can see each other live again. Editor Grayson jumped in. Thank you, brother. And Cruz, I love it. Cruz says, Roger is the future of plumbing and marketing. Cruz, I'll tell you what, man, I love what I do. You know that. We're having fun at it. But here's the neat thing about it. I love the fact that I am able to actually help people to help them figure out how to be better. And, it's funny because right now I'm reading a book called The Dip. I've actually read it twice now. But the cool thing about it is literally I'm learning to be better myself. And if I can help plumbers get better or help apprentices, and I always talk about plumbing, but to be honest, we get apprentices, we get all kinds. I've had electricians, I've had HVAC techs, I've had all kinds of people in here. Look at that, got Paul Peck and Neil both in the house. Good to have y'all here. But Cruz, when I first started learning about this, I didn't even see it as I'm the future of it. I just thought there's a lot of people not doing things that I'm learning, and I wanted to be able to teach them. So, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate you coming by and saying hello. That is fantastic. I want to say hello to Pixel Man. How are we doing? We are actually looking at the tuber turds and the membership and figuring out what to do. We were going to try to start something next week, but next week is going to be really special. We are actually going to be broadcasting from Austin, Texas. Now, we got to figure out how to pack up this whole studio and get it down there. Okay, maybe not. Cool thing is, though, we are going to be broadcasting live from Austin, Texas. Sorry, I just saw the name Corn Farts and thought, okay, that's kind of funny. How are you doing? The neat thing about it, though, is literally we are going down to Austin. I went down a couple of weeks ago, and actually it's probably been longer than that. It's probably been a month. Went down to the Garrison Brothers Distillery. Such a neat place. And I actually got to talk to Dan and Charlie Garrison. The neat thing about it is I told them, I said, look, we've done a video for the worst plumbing job ever. I think a whiskey distillery, a bourbon distillery in Texas would actually be a pretty cool plumbing job. So I've talked to them. They're actually going to let me go down there and shoot some video. So Will and I are going to go down and get intoxicated. I mean, get into mess that up. Get into the distillery and shoot some video and hopefully have a good time with the Garrisons. So we are looking forward to it. I'm going to jump over into the forum real quick because I've already got a couple of questions in there. First one is from Chance Dawson. Chance is a laborer, says, Roger, so a brief question. I have a single bathroom in my house, and since I had the house, which is about 30 years old, the toilet and shower drain act up. The toilet flushes very slowly. Really, it doesn't flush, and the shower drain is slowly draining as well. We have cleaned the traps out and haven't found anything, but it still tends to drain and flush slowly. Any suggestions? Absolutely. I got to tell you this, Chance. First thing that I would probably do is check the vents going up through the roof, see if you can run a sewer machine through it and clean out that line. The reason I'm saying is your shower, depending on how your house is plumbed, the shower probably drains over into the sanitary tee with a side inlet. So if the toilet is clogged up and draining slow, the shower's going to also. So anyway, something that I would say to check out and see what you can come up with. But that's what I do first. The next one, maybe pull the toilet and try running a snake through there if you can't get to it through the roof on the vent. But the other thing is, now while you got that toilet pulled, depending on how old it is, you might replace it with a high efficiency toilet. I don't know that, if you pull it and run a cable through there and you're able to get it cleaned out, it may not matter. But my thought is, if it's that old, I'd probably go ahead and just try and change it out too. So just something for you to think about. The next one is from Jan Hurich. How are you? It says, do you think you would be able to do plumbing somewhere else outside the United States, like Europe, right away? Or would you have to actually learn some new things for your trade to perform quality work? That's really a great question. And Jan, I like that because here's the thing. Most plumbing is pretty typical. What you could do is find out what plumbing code other places are building by and check it out and see what you can learn online. Here's the deal. A lot of people that come into the United States, and I've helped people get licenses, but people that come into the United States, if they can prove that they have been working in other places doing plumbing, it's really easy for them because all they've got to do is prove the hours that they have. If their plumbing is similar to ours, they can actually go ahead, as long as they've got the hours and experience and maybe a license, they can actually go ahead and start working as a plumber and then get a test scheduled. So there's a lot of good things about it. But the one thing that I'll tell you is, look, man, plumbing is something, water runs downhill. You've got to figure out how big of a line to get water supply to where it needs to be. So there's a lot of different things there. But the one thing that I'll tell you is, look, I see no reason why somebody couldn't learn plumbing somewhere and go somewhere else and do it. Like I said, I've helped people get their licenses here in the United States, and I've actually seen people just come in and go to work for big commercial companies and actually do really well. And this is before I was helping people get their licenses. This is before I had my own company. Jose Villarreal, how are you doing? Says, hi, Roger. First of all, thank you for having such a great channel. Man, it's not me. It's the people over in my other office that help me do everything I do. That's really why it's great. I just recently applied for my apprentice card here in Oklahoma City. Okay, since you're in Oklahoma City, I'll tell you how my mind goes. And this is the first thing I asked Elizabeth because she's from Oklahoma City. Have you been to Nick's for a burger? And if not, I'm going to be disappointed, but I just had to ask. Every time I go to Oklahoma City, I have to go to Nick's for burgers. Freaking amazing. All right, back to the serious stuff like plumbing. My friend owns a plumbing business, and I can't wait to learn all about it. I watch your videos all the time. Keep up the great work. By the way, I will be turning 50 years young on January the 6th. Thanks again, Roger, and God bless. Man, God bless you. And look, I love the fact that you're like, hey, look, I'm turning 50, but I can still do this. I've had apprentices whenever I was teaching in the union. I had an apprentice that was 55 years old. And man, the guy, he got what he was doing. He understood it. And me, look, I'm 57. I'm getting close to 60. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that I can still do without any problems. And don't get me wrong, I get older, I get smarter. I'm like, hey, I'm not lifting that. And yes, I do plan my trip around food. Thank you. I'm getting older and smarter, so I learn how to use different tools maybe than I have before. But man, I love the fact that at 50, you're talking about getting into the trades. That is fantastic. And one more in here, Gordon Batdorf. How are you? Hi, Roger. Thinking about becoming a yard drainage contractor. Do you think this is a good career choice? You know, here's the thing. Anytime there's a need for something like that, absolutely. My thing is a yard drainage contractor, if you're going to specialize on something that niche, that specific, the thing is you might be limiting yourself. A drainage contractor, what about just a complete landscaper, a designer? There's a lot of different things that you could do to grow off that, but do I think it's good? Yes, absolutely. So let me do one more here and then jump back over into the chat. And the next one is from O'Shaughnessy. Xiomara O'Shaughnessy. I hope I got that right. How do toilets flush? Man, this is really a simple question. I don't know if you can see the tank right here. This is the back side of the toilet tank. They've got water in it. When you pull the handle down, it flushes, it lets the water come down, which as long as it's draining well, creates a cyclonic action that actually flushes anything down in there and takes it all the way down. So that is a good thing. So we will jump back over into the forum here in just a minute. Gilberto Echeverria. I think they do that to me on purpose. Watch your recent vid. Nice vans. Thank you so much. Gilberto, here's what I got to tell you, man. We've been wanting to do that for a while. It takes a lot of time to get things done and built right to put yourself in a position where you can go out and get 4 vans like that. But man, I got to tell you, once you get them, it makes life so much easier. You're not putting vehicles in the shop. You're not doing, you don't have guys down because we're trying to juggle vehicles around or out trying to jump them and get them started. There's so many different problems we've ran into in the past. And look, I bought some good used vehicles and we've got a lot of miles and a lot of dollars out of them. But the thing is, at the end of the day, if you're buying used vehicles, you've got problems. You've got work to do. And man, it's just kind of tough. And Lemur Chan says, hello, Roger. Greetings from Canada. I really like that. And I want to tell you why, because I talk to a lot of people up in Canada all the time about trying to grow the trades. And that's a big deal because it's not just the United States that is hurting for people. It's around the world. We really need more tradespeople each and every year. And you know, the thing is, and here's what the coronavirus has shown me is, number one, plumbers are essential. We know that. We knew it. People got to have water. But here's my thing is, what about the people whose jobs were deemed non-essential? And my thing is, I really think that anybody was deemed non-essential should look at who was essential and say, look, I can do that. Because now that we've had the coronavirus going on, more older plumbers are getting out quicker and less new plumbers are getting into it because it's harder to get in the union right now. It's harder to get a job because a lot of companies have slowed down. But my whole thought process is, look, man, getting into the trades is a good deal. So anyway, I love it. Got one coming up right here. Watch this. Boom. How y'all like that? The Roger Wakefield subreddit is now open. Now, guys, this is something we've been working on. We've been talking to you about it, and it is done. Here's what I want y'all to do. Man, click on the link. Go over to subreddit, sign up, follow. It's called join. Join that group. This is what we're going to do. How many of y'all, if you like the videos that we do, the reaction videos about videos, pictures, things like that, if you've ever thought about sending a video or an email picture to Roger Wakefield, this is the new connection. Because here's what you do. You go into the subreddit, Roger Wakefield posts. So there's the link right there. Go into that link, post the pictures. Now, I want pictures you've taken, and good or bad. If you think you're the best plumber on earth, and I know I'm not, so there's no hard feelings here. If you think you're the best plumber on earth, go put some good pictures, and not even that. If you think your work is good, so I'm kind of playing with it there. But if you think your work is good, go put pictures up. And, you know, it's a neat deal. Look, I love plumbing, and I get excited about it. I love talking about it. But the neat thing is, man, I'm not everywhere, and I don't see everything. But there's a lot of y'all out there that I've got some amazing pictures and videos from. So what I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to jump back in the forum, but I'm going to leave that up just so that post is there, that address is there. Take a minute, jump over there, join the group, and then come back. Or you know what? If you've got a picture or video and you want to be first, man, we got to find a way to give something away to the first person. I know it's hard. They make it hard. They make it hard to give stuff away. It's kind of crazy. You know, and Will's while they're checking it out. I already see him standing up looking. So anyway, I'm going to leave that up there. I'm going to jump in the forum. But, man, make sure y'all look at the video we're doing next Wednesday, because we're actually, I think it's next Wednesday, we're talking about some tools that we're going to be giving away. Got some cool stuff. Will just found out I unplugged his mic. So, see, now you're going to have to listen to him too. I'm going to jump back in the forum real quick. I got a question here, and it is from Evan Clark. It says, what's the best part about being a plumber, and what is the worst part about being a plumber? Evan, I love that. And to me, there's a lot of best parts. The best parts are you're able to help people. The best parts are if you're a good person and you're honest. The neat thing about it is you get to help a lot of people. And if you saw the video I did the other day about two different plumbers came out and told them two completely different things. Hey, this doesn't cost anything. This is $56,000. And they both said, look, here's where you're at. The lady did not need to spend $56,000. And if you hadn't seen that video, you need to go check it out. But here's the deal. The best part is you get to help people. It's a great living. You can go from high school into plumbing, become a journeyman, become a master, and own your own business. You don't have to go to college. Now, I'm not saying college is bad for you. I'm not saying college isn't good or it wouldn't help. There's a lot of things I wish that I would have gone to. I wish that I would have gone to college for, but I've hired the right people and I've learned a lot of things, and it's really helped. Shark on a bicycle says, careful, Roger, drain addict is already wildly swinging his arms, coming after you. You know what? Look, I love Drain Addict. We go there, we watch his videos, tell people about it. We've reviewed some of them. Dude is phenomenal. He's crazier than a bed bug. He will stick his hands in places that I'm telling you I won't even do. So, man, nothing at all against him. Love watching his videos. And it's neat because he's actually commented on my videos. I go and comment on his. Man, like I said, I love what he's doing. Ulysses Wilberforce. How are you? I have a perished flush valve. I learned that from one of Roger's earlier videos. Perished. Should I try to replace following the instructional vid, or should I replace the whole toilet? Look, if you can replace parts of it, how old is the toilet? Is it going to be beneficial to you? Because here's my thought. If you can replace a toilet, if it's an old toilet, normally built before, I think it's 1994, if you can replace a toilet with an ultra high efficient toilet or something like that, it is literally going to save you money, because it's going to save you 1.5, 2 gallons every time you flush it. Over the course of years, that's going to add up. If you've got the money, I'd say replace the whole toilet. And I say that based on a plumber coming out to work on it. Doing it yourself, if you can rebuild all the parts of your toilet, normally, I'm going to say under $30, $40. If you got to buy a new one, it'll cost you $100 to $200. But if you're doing all the work yourself, you're going to save money either way. So one more here in the forum, then I'll jump back in here. Andre Balan, how are you? Is in plumbing. Says, hello, Roger. First of all, thank you for all the experiences and the tips that you share with us. I want to ask you which plumbing sector is better for learning more about plumbing. Is it domestic plumbing or new buildings, construction sites? You know, and that is really, it's a good question because, Andre, here's the deal. There's a lot of different answers. And what I would tell you here is go over to our free mini course, because over on our free mini course at plumstudy.com, we've got the answers to that. And look, it's free. But I think we did 3 videos, and it asks you, it doesn't just ask you, it explains to you. Do you want to be commercial or residential? Do you want to be new construction or service? Do you want to be union or non-union? So there's a lot of different choices there. And I can't tell you what's better, because what's better for you may not be better for me, may not be better for somebody else. So Andre, man, that really, it makes sense to look at it that way and think about it that way. But go over there and check it out. And then do me a favor, send me a message and let me know what you thought of it. Kevin Chino says, what is the best way to dispose oil? What can a homeowner do to prevent sewer stoppages? You know, if you're talking like motor oil, literally you can carry it back to the automotive store. They do oil reclaim. So that is probably the best way there. The thing is, if you're cooking at home and you're talking like kitchen grease, what we do is literally we'll take a paper towel, wipe it out of the skillet, put it in the trash can. If it's bad, it's going to be in the house for a little bit, we'll put it in a Ziploc bag. So there's a lot of different things that we'll try just to dispose of it properly without putting it down the drain. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a plumber. I can't tell you I've never put it down the drain. But the thing is, we definitely try not to. I'm pretty bad about, if there's just a little bit in there, I just turn on the water really hot and rinse it and wash it down. And then when I'm done, I'm like, oh man, I know I shouldn't have done that. So anyway, Kevin, great question. I hope that answer helps. Like I said, if it's a skillet, just take a paper towel, wipe it out, put it in the trash can. Make sure you carry it out, especially if you got dogs in the house or cats. The thing is, other ways, tough things to do. We got Turf It Up 01. Welcome to the Ferguson team. Thanks for all your videos. Man, I tell you what, the Ferguson sponsorship has been great for us. We love it. Matter of fact, we were in here making videos earlier. Got more videos coming soon, so make sure you keep your eyes open. Arnie Bang. Is that an RN? Arnie Bang? Ami Bang? Arnie Bang?
I think so.
Okay. Arnie Bang. ARNE. Sorry, I don't man my eyes. I had eye surgery done, and I'll tell you what. Dr. Harvey, thank you for not much. Just thank you. Well, I didn't say who it was. It just said Dr. Harvey. Harvey's a 6-foot invisible rabbit, okay? Love your vids, Roger. Greetings from Iceland. You know what? And I normally do this before now, but do me a favor. If you are in here, put where you're from. Just literally, are you in plumbing and where are you from? Because, I mean, I tell you what, here lately, it's been really cool. We've had Russia, we've had Sweden, we've had Germany. God, we've even got the UK. I mean, like a moderator from there. How in the heck does some of this stuff happen? Anyway, Arnie Bang, brother, great to have you here from Iceland. I appreciate it. It's really fun. So anyway, let me know where you're from. And, are you in plumbing? Are you an apprentice? Are you thinking about getting into the trades? Thinking about becoming an apprentice? What are you doing? GTR Life. When is the Flex Seal video? Man, we got a whole case of it back here. We've actually got to start it here pretty quick because we were talking about it just the other day. Actually, we were talking about it earlier this morning too. Okay, and Joseph Lalibert, it's funny because I was at the Union Training Center one day when a guy came in to apply. He was an apprentice, or I'm sorry, he was a truck driver, but he was wanting to become an apprentice. And man, 5 years later, he walked out as a commercial plumber. Not a bad deal. GTR Life, back to you real quick. We literally, we're talking about that this morning. We've got some ideas that we're wanting to do, different things that we're wanting to work on, but it will be coming up soon. We're actually also doing some stuff, man. Tell y'all why this is the coolest channel to subscribe to. We just ordered a bunch of clear PVC, and we're going to do some plumbing and show y'all why things work, how it works, and what kind of problems you can have with it. So we really are looking forward to it and having a lot of fun. I'm going to jump over into the forum real quick. Mark Pinchkoff says, how do you deal with customers staring at you while working and even sometimes becoming a backseat plumber? I charge them extra. I tell them, look, I don't get paid to look at, but if you want to pay me enough, you can do it. I'm joking. The neat thing about it is, look, some people want to watch to see what you're doing. I always assume that the nice thing and just assume that, look, they really don't know what they're doing. They have no idea. They're not mechanical. They're just trying to understand it. And so I really want to try to make sure that I explain it to them the best I can. Now, if they're in my way, I'm really good about stretching my legs out, moving them around, all kinds of things like that, just to make sure that they understand I need all the room I can get. But normally people don't just jump in and get right down in there and do it like that. So how do you handle it? Just, maybe ask them, or when they tell me, and look, I did this to a neurosurgeon. He says, well, if I were you, here's what I do. I do this, 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 and this. And I'm looking at him and I'm nodding and I'm really nice about it. And I say, yes, sir. I said, that's why you're a neurosurgeon, not a plumber, because here's what I'm going to do. And when I told him, he says, wow, you know what? That makes perfect sense. Now, look, I wasn't rude about it. I was nice about it and actually kind of joked around about it, but it was really pretty funny. I want to say hello to On the Verge from Syracuse, New York, local 267. Welcome in here. Glad to have you. So Mark, anyway, I hope that helps you. And while I'm in the forum, head over to WX123. How did you grow your beard? Well, this is the mustache. The beard I grew when I was 15. And I know that sounds crazy, but actually when I was 15 years old, I could grow a full beard. Cool thing about it, could also get in the country bars and go dancing and drinking cold beer. But that's a whole different story. Anyway, man, I'm lucky. I've always, and I say lucky, when I was in high school, I hated it because I literally had to shave every day. If I did not shave, I got sent to the principal's office. Got kind of tired of that because that happened quite often. Jeremy Wright, one more in here in the forum, then I'll jump over in the chat. Jeremy says, new subscriber. Thank you very much. I live just down the big road from you in Odessa. Well, there's a few big roads, but yeah, that one going that way is a big one. It seems from your videos that you don't care for PEX. What are the pros and cons? Oh, actually, you hadn't been watching enough of my videos. I like PEX. I actually prefer Uponor. I like the expansion and contraction. What I don't like about PEX is when plumbers don't size it properly. If you size it like you would copper, where you just do 1 inch, 3/4, or 1/2 inch, you're going to undersize the system and they're going to have flow problems. So a lot of different things there about it. Man, the thing is with PEX, if you will oversize the system, it works fine. Man, actually, I love PEX. So like I said, though, there are good things about it. Okay, so I'm back over in the chat real quick, and I just want to jump in here and move. Says Reddit has a post. You got to love it. Okay, got a super chat over here. Thomas Haynes says, I'm currently in college for plumbing in England. I love your videos, man. Very helpful along the way. Thomas, thank you so much. Man, that's really pretty cool. And see, over here, we don't have college. Or let me correct that. We don't have college for plumbing. We have trade schools. We have different things like that. But what we don't just have college or uni that, I know in Canada, they say they're going to uni to get their red card or something like that. The neat thing about it is, man, I think there's so many different ways to learn plumbing. And it's so funny because I was talking to somebody at the Texas State Board today and said, look, I would love to see us find a way to do this and teach people so that whenever they got out of high school, they could be a tradesman. So, Thomas, I think it's so cool that you're going to college for it. I wish Texas would set up a way to do something similar, but I'm trying to get them to work it into the high schools. That way they can get out a little bit better. Sean Strong in the house. Good afternoon, Team Texas Grain. Good to have you here. Good to have you here, brother. Man, I got a hiccup right there. Time for some water. That feels good. Big John. Check him out. Congrats on 200,000. Leaving now for Home Depot. Love you guys. Love you, brother. It's good to see you in here. And I love your comment. Hey, I told you you're going to be at 1 million. John, that's pretty funny. It is great seeing you in here. I am ready to get together and visit. We were talking about that a while ago. I'm ready for the conferences and seminars to get back live so we can go visit and hang out with each other. So looking forward to it. Tell Miss Sherry I said hello. I hope she's doing well. I'd probably rather see her than you, but I'm going to be nice and just leave it the way it is. Good to have you in here, Big John. Thank you. Jeremy Wright, new subscriber. Oh, that's it. Okay. Man, I didn't hit the button up top. Let me bounce to right there. Dylan Gutierrez, how are you? When is the Flex Hill video? It's coming soon. That's one we got to work on. That's one we definitely got to work on. Not Home Depot, but Home Cheapo. That's pretty cute. My company name is Texas Green Plumbing. And God bless all. Absolutely, John. Thank you. Go for us. Let me see. Where did it? I know, Sean Strong. I saw that. But bad thing about it is, man, I was really looking forward to it in February. So let me see, where all did we have people from? I don't even know if it'll let me scroll back up that far. We got a lot of people from Texas, Ottawa, Canada, Pateau, Oklahoma. What'd you say, Will? The Netherlands. Doing plumbing 2 months now from Zambia, Africa. I like that. Derek, how are you? Derek Kazungo. I believe I've got some Instagram messages from you, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the thing, guys. It doesn't matter where you're plumbing at. The cool thing about it is, look, you can learn and grow. And, one thing that we talk about all the time is learning your way up. If you're an apprentice, be the best. Study hard, work the hardest to be the best apprentice. If you're a journeyman, and be the best journeyman you can for your company. It's going to come back to you in so many ways. But the biggest way is, you're going to make more money than anybody else. And think about it. You're basically renting out your body and your mind to do whatever the owner of the company wants you to do. Make the most money you can. And you do that by bringing value, by being able to do things that other plumbers can't, that maybe you can put it in faster, you can put it in better, you don't have leaks, you don't have callbacks, whatever it is. Whatever it takes, become the best you can be. So it doesn't matter if you're in Africa. It doesn't matter if you're in North Dallas. Be the best plumber you can be and always try for that, and it will always come back to be a big deal for you and help you. Man, Flex Seal videos, we got to get on them. And that's my bad. Just letting y'all know. Marlon Hendry says, trying to get in Union in Florida. Which do you recommend? You know what? To me, it really, that's up to you. Residential, commercial, construction, service, union, non-union. Go through the mini course. It'll take you 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30. Go through it, figure out what kind of plumber you want to be. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, I can't tell you what's best for you. You're going to have to figure that one out yourself. Apex says, hey, got any tips and tricks on becoming a great plumber? Man, perfect timing for that one. Yeah, guys, look, here's the deal. And number one, educate yourselves. You know that, or I say a lot of y'all know that I'm I'm reading two books right now. I'm reading The Dip by Seth Godin. I'm reading High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard. And here's the deal is literally, I believe in learning more every day. And you do it because the more you learn, the more value you bring to your employers. If you learn to be the best plumber, if you have all the endorsements and you have all the skills, it's huge. And learning those things, it's only going to benefit you. If you learn all those things and you end up getting let go of from the company you're on, guess what? You're going to know those things when you go to the next company. And it's always going to come back to help you and benefit you and make you a better person. So, man, do all you can. Claudia Diaz says, when you do plumbing, is it part of the earning to also clean inside the tubes or only to unstuck? Here's the deal. If you're a service plumber and you're doing a drain cleaning, it's mainly just to unstick it. It's mainly run your sewer machine through, run your jetter through. And I say jetter's really going to clean it. Run your sewer machine through and unstop it. Now, we like to run a camera through afterwards because we want to be able to tell them either what caused the break or maybe even is there a bigger problem or was it just a soft stoppage? But really, we want to tell them, look, it's unstopped. We cleaned it out. Now we have video proof. Because the thing is, we don't want them to call back a week later and say, hey, look, it stopped up again. So if we can identify the problem and tell them what it is, we've done them a favor. Now, the cleaner, the hydrojetter, man, that takes a while. That's something we charge extra for. So, man, your main job when they call you out is to unstop it. But if you get in there, there's a lot of oil and grease and things like that, and you feel like you need to do more, you may want to take the camera and show them and then sell them a hydrojet to actually clean it out. Jose Barrera says, should I be concerned about dirt in my water and in my toilet? Yeah, you should. It normally means there's either a break in a water line somewhere. It could be that they worked on the water main somewhere. So there's a lot of different things that it could be or couldn't be, but it could also just be like a break under the house that somehow if pressure's low in somewhere else, it's sucking mud in or dirt in. So yes, be very, very worried about it. Check it out. See if you can figure it out where it's coming from. Main thing you might try is like running your hose bib out front, like where the water first comes in the house. Run it through like a coffee filter or something. See if you have dirt in it. If you do, maybe it's coming from the city that way. Where did I see this? F. Huber says, yeah, which is a glorified high-pressure plumber who never does sewer lines. Okay, I didn't get the whole message in. Yeah, I was in the forum. Will you give me somewhere else?
No, I was just asking. And he said it was MM1 U.S. Navy, which is a glorified high-pressure plumber.
Oh, he was an MM1. Okay, cool. I like that.
Send over a message.
Stephen Carroll says, do you think high-efficiency water tanks are worth the extra price? If it's going to save you money in the long run, yes. Go through and look at your first hour rating. Look at the water efficiency. I mean, there's so many different things about it. Just do the math. At the end of the day, it's a numbers game. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, some of them are worth the price. The cool thing is, I kind of think, is it June or July? Working with Ferguson, I think that we're either going to Bradford White, A.O. Smith. Look, y'all seen my Bradford Whites. They've cut two of them open where I can show you all the insides of them. I love having those things around. So, man, kind of cool. Are they worth the extra price after going to the tour that I've gone on before? Yeah. Especially if it's going to save you money. Sean Strong says, wet 2021 was moved to May. Sean, I'm very much aware of that. I actually talked to Morgan over there. Uh, Man, I would love to work with them. WET is one of those conferences, and WET is water, wastewater, equipment, tools, and technology. Man, I think I'm pretty close. The cool thing about it is, man, that's what plumbing's about, guys. And to get to go to a show like that, maybe interview some manufacturers, some companies, talk about different things, do a lot of cool things. Man, that would be cool. So, Balon Andre, how are you? Thank you for the super chat. Says Romanian guy working in the UK, London as a plumber for 2 years. Have to say that I love new construction sites and I hate domestic plumbing when you try to fix something. Something else breaks. No offense, but the houses are too old and keep up the good work. Number one, thank you. I really do appreciate that. The cool thing about it is look, you're right. Houses are old and things keep breaking, but that's going to keep leading to more work for plumbers. And you know, whenever I talk to plumbers about why they should get into the trade, that's always one of the big deals. Is look, the plumbing system's getting older. In New York, it's literally there's a water line going to New York that they're like, look, we can't shut it down to fix it. It shuts off the water. And I think that they've got like 3 36-inch lines, and they're like, look, if we shut this one, it kills the system. The plumbing systems are getting older, guys, and sooner or later, they're all going to need to be fixed. That's when you really want to be a plumber, because work is going to be off the hook. There's going to be so much. And like I say all the time, us older guys are retiring faster. Younger guys are slower getting in because of Corona, because the union isn't growing big enough. They don't have enough training centers to train as many people as need to be. It's hard on the states to get people through the systems and processes quick enough. So there's a lot of different reasons. But guys, I'll tell you this, you get into plumbing now, 5 years from now, you're going to be making bank. So, Balan Andre, that's my reason for being in residential service. Because look, it is. There's a lot of problems with these older houses, and they need to be fixed. So it's a big deal. Jumping in chat real quick. Marlon Henry says, I was in local 100, love the union, 3 years in Dallas, but not able to get in school there. That's why I moved to Florida. Yep. Mr. Dustin DeWeese is in the house. Check it out. How do you deal with scale buildup in a copper water system, specifically dealing with slab leaks? Man, dealing with slab leaks, it's a little different because an anti-scale system is going to help break up the scale on the inside, as you know. But the thing is, on slab leaks, you might break up what's plugging up the holes. And I say that because we have actually gone in and looked at slab leaks, located them. Then when we came back, we couldn't find them, and we knew it was leaking. You could hear it. You could hear it loud. The meter was turning. By the time we dug it and came back up 2 days later, it was gone. The scale in there is tough, but I do like the anti-scale devices. You're familiar with it, I know. And guys, Dustin's another one. If you hadn't subscribed to his channel, jump over there and subscribe. Say hello. Dustin is a great plumber. And actually, he was in here about, when did we hit 100,000? A month or two ago?
Yeah, like a month ago.
Yeah, he was here for, and that's not true. We hit 100,000 probably 6 weeks ago. We had the 100,000 party about a month ago, and he was here for that. And then today, we hit 200,000. So actually pretty cool. But anyway, if you hadn't subscribed to Dustin, click on his channel, jump over there. Great young plumber, got a wonderful future ahead of him. I talk crap about him all the time, but when he's here, I got to be nice. So I'll be nice for him. And also, he's got a Facebook group, Texas Plumbers. And if you have not gone over and checked out his Facebook group, go check that out too. And I'm telling you, there's some really good people in there. Let me see here. Jump back over into the forum real quick. Caleb Pickerel says, Can you help? My cat's head is stuck in the sink drain. Absolutely. It's a cat. Just flip that switch on the side. Probably not. Okay. Maybe not. Don't hit the switch. Not just yet. That's pretty funny though. At least I thought it was. Maybe not. Leo Silvernagel says, I do plumbing with my dad. He owns his own company in Denton. But what is a job that is your highlight of your plumbing career? You know, that's an easy one for me because I was the superintendent for the water park at Great Wolf Lodge. So if you're in Denton, you're familiar with it. Great Wolf Lodge over in Grapevine. I actually worked for one of the big union contractors. I was the superintendent over their industrial division and was actually out helping them sell jobs and bring in jobs and bid jobs and stuff like that. And that was one of the biggest jobs they had got at the time. And when I brought it in, I remember the vice president of the company coming up to me and he says, hey, look, you know, we don't have anybody that can run that job, so you're going to end up running it too. So, man, that was a fun one because I helped estimate it, helped bid it, helped put it together, helped present it, and then went out and ran it. So, kind of fun. Sure, I got one more here. One more to get to. I've got a lot of them. Ashton Peck says, tips on becoming a great plumber. You know, and I love that. I love that everybody, and guys, look, go read that book I'm telling you about, The Dip. And the reason I say that is that's what he talks about. He says, look, if you don't want to be the best, why not? Why would you be in plumbing or anything else? If you're a athlete, don't you want to be the best? And the way he explains it is, you know, when I holler at Amber and say, hey, look, I need a resume for a new apprentice. I put it on her and say, look, give me the 3 best people you got. And she's either already talked to them, already interviewed them maybe. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. But, man, my thing is, look, nobody ever says, hey, give me the 3 worst people you've got on your list because I'm going to hire somebody today. So the thing is, if you want to be a great plumber, number one, never stop studying. Okay? Never. I'm almost 60. I still study plumbing. Not just plumbing, but plumbing and all things associated with it. Tools, materials, techniques, advertising, marketing, whatever it is, I study this stuff every day. And there's a big reason. I want to be the best. And I want to keep trying. And don't get me wrong, I'm never going to tell anybody, look, I'm the best plumber. I mean, man, Dustin's in here. That dude is phenomenal. I've met a lot of great plumbers. My thing is, I want to keep studying. I want to know as much as I can about this trade because I love it. Carl Lukefeld says, Lukefeld, okay. Lukefeld says, what was your worst job? You know, it's funny. Whenever I first started plumbing, and I say first, I'd probably been plumbing for a year and a half. I remember jumping into a ditch, a trench that we had dug to make a repair of raw sewage. And here I am, I'm reaching down, I'm trying to line up Fernco gaskets and whatnot. I mean, it's waist deep. And, you know, I'm an apprentice at the time, but I'm like, look, I can do that. You know, we don't know any better, at least at the time. So, you know, the thing is, that's probably the worst I've ever had. Luckily, I never had to do it again. That time I'd have probably said no. Michaela Childers, how are you doing today? Says, is there a point to letting your taps drip when the temperature hits below freezing? Absolutely. Michaela, the good thing is, the reason that you do that is it keeps the water moving. And, you know, they say that water moving in a system like that won't freeze, and it still will if it gets cold enough, fast enough. But here's the thing is, it keeps that water moving so that it helps hinder it from freezing. You know, what I also tell people is, like, if it's a faucet on an exterior wall, leave the cabinet doors open. I got interviewed the other day for the Remodel Revolution radio. the neat thing about it was they wanted to look, how do we keep pipes from freezing in the winter? And that's part of it. If they're in an attic and you can get heat tape on them, do things like that. But letting your faucet drip will, as long as you let it drip enough that the water really is moving, and you've got to make sure if it's a hot and cold faucet like a single handle, you're letting it drip on both sides, because if not, the other side will do it. Jump back into the form for one more here. Carl Smink says, I've recently learned that bleach does not work on most household species of mold. What should I do to get rid of mold in the shower or bathroom? You know, there's CLR is supposed to be really great at it. And just keep trying different things. There's so many that, you know, bleach isn't bad. Ammonia, hydrogen peroxide. Literally, hydrogen peroxide is probably one of the better things. And I used to have a girl that literally kept a bottle of it, and she just entirely sprayed down the shower all the time. And man, I got to tell you, it stays pretty daggum clean. And I know that sounds strange, but hydrogen peroxide might be a good deal. And also take a toothbrush and use it and scrub those joints out, and it'll do a pretty good job. Have you ever done super custom plumbing like fountains and special stuff? Absolutely. Talked a while ago about Great Wolf Lodge. Number one, an indoor water park is the coolest job. We literally, it was so neat because you had to know what pools were being piped from what mechanical rooms, where they were going to, how they were going. You literally, why are we already talking about fecal remnants? Really? You had to know where they were going, how deep they had to be, because literally you'd have lines like going this deep to one pool, this deep to another, this deep to another. And I mean, there may be 7 or 8 layers of pipe in different areas. The Holy Spirit is in the house. I love that. How are you? Has recently found your channel, and I love the content. Will, you got any questions or comments or anything over in the chat? Look at him. See, I knew he did. Chris Smith says, have you ever went into a hoarder's house and refused to service them? Man, I got to tell you, I have and I haven't. I went into a hoarder's house once, and it was literally so bad. And the thing is, there was a great lady that I used to work with at a security company. And she literally called me and says, hey, look, I need you to go to my mom's house, but I'm almost embarrassed to ask you to go. And I'm like, look, don't be embarrassed. I said, why? And she said, well, Roger, look, she keeps a lot of stuff. And I really at the time didn't even know where a hoarder was. If she'd have told me, I'd have been like, okay. I'd have thought it was a religion or something. I don't know. And I remember knocking on the door. As soon as I walked in, I was just, you could tell by the look on my face, I was seeing something I had never seen before. And there were literally newspapers stacked up over my head. And there was a trail about 2 feet wide that you walked through the house. And I remember when I turned around and came back to the door, there were notes on the door telling her, like, don't leave. Your medications are here. This is here. And it was, man, it was crazy. But the problem that she had was her sink was in the back of the house, and it was stopped up. Luckily for me, I was able to climb up on the roof, run a snake down the vent, and that took care of it. So I was able to go back out around front and come in, get into the kitchen and get to that. But yeah, it was tough. So Chris, I didn't refuse service. It was kind of tough to get to, but I found a way to do it and make it work. So I made it work. Got one more here. Colin Sullivan says, have you used the rigid flex shaft? You know what, man? We have. Actually, I don't think it's in here. I've got one here. We're actually fixing to do a video about it. That's one of those tools that is now like a good go-to tool. So we're going to do a video about it. If y'all remember the video that I did about the plumber that put concrete in the lady's sewer line, running the flex shaft was a way to literally break up the loose remnants of concrete. See, there's concrete remnants too. Surprise, y'all. The concrete remnants, it was able to break that up, and then we were able to run enough water to flush it down, so we didn't have to change out a lot of other stuff. So, man, I like the rigid flex shaft. I love the fact that you can put it in and literally put your camera right next to it. So, man, I love it. YOLO Gaming. YouTube, please only put the comment in the chat one time. Oh, Julie, yes, you're right. The boss lady is speaking. Guys, listen to the boss. I have to, y'all have to. There you go. Hashtag Texas Plumbers. I saw that.
Hey, so I want to give a shout out.
Rut-row.
I want to give a shout out to the folks who've already posted videos and pictures into your subreddit.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty cool.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty cool. I also wanted to ask when you want to do the thing.
Well, okay, so see, man, Grayson has worked on something pretty cool for us. Not just Grayson. Grayson, Will, and Liz have worked on something pretty cool for me. So I'm gonna bring Will. Hey, do y'all want to see my thing? I don't ask that very often. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all my thing anyway. So I'm gonna bring Will in here with me. Those of y'all that don't hear, spin your microphone around here. This way here. See, man, wait here. We'll go to this. Oh yeah, he's muted and he's got the microphone.
There we go.
So there you go. We're gonna bring Will over here. Well, that's a cool thing, man. He just flips it over and it works great.
You need these.
So I need these because I get to listen to it. What we're doing here is literally here. Put my comments down. What we're doing here is I'm just gonna kind of get to whoop her out. Oh, and I can actually hear the audio.
Yeah, you can hear yourself. Kind of weird, huh?
This is kind of different. So what we're doing, we're going to go to a screen share. We're going to go to a screen share. And what we got? We got 3 or 4 videos here.
Grayson put together 7 minutes, so I don't know if you want to go through it all. Probably not.
Michaela Bass says, please be a plumbing rap. Okay, Michaela, I promise you, you don't want me rapping. Probably, I'm going to say probably even especially about plumbing. Neil says, Jay and Silent Bob are back on screen. Pretty much.
Jay's gone, just Silent Bob this time.
Yeah, Silent Bob. Well, Jay's in there working on the computer right now.
Yeah, Jay's in there working on more videos.
Boy, and that's the truth. That's pretty funny, isn't it?
All right.
Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go to a screen share. And we are there now. So here we go, guys. Check this out. Let me know what you think. This is one of Grayson's coolest things. Grayson made a video game. And I got to tell you, you did a pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
And we had fun with it.
We got a lot of good feedback on the video. I don't even know what the video was.
Yeah, I don't know. Grayson, what was this video about? Yeah, Grayson says he's working over there. Sure he is.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
This is when we rebuilt the two-way cleanouts, I think. And they had
oh, yeah, this is the one that we pulled apart. Oh, yeah, boy, there was fecal there.
What the?
Yep. What? And this is another cool intro we did. And y'all do me a favor. After we're done, let me know which one of these y'all like best. Got Josh Melton in the house. Check it out.
Oh, what's up, Josh?
Man, I love that. So I'm going to try something. Nope, can't do it, so I got to go back there.
Looks like it's actually
I saw the incense, so I didn't know if I could change cameras there.
Orbeez, not water. Because when
Oh,
you scooped in there,
this is Elizabeth's.
oh my God.
Oh, no, it didn't.
God, it's
my
scary.
favorite.
The stuff
Yeah,
you'll
this is
find in
Will's
the
favorite.
sewers.
Will loves the Orbeez, and I'll tell you what, there was one of Grayson's favorite. You never know what you'll find in a sewer pipe on Halloween.
Oh,
This is pretty cool. We got Amber Mendoza in the house. Check it out. Michaela, I want to know what your favorite one is here.
Slow-mo of the hydro jetter.
I know, this was fun to do. Except I'm the one who got sprayed all over. Do what?
That kind of looks dirty.
I know it does, doesn't it? Yeah, trust me, it's not clean water coming out of there, y'all. Josh, man, I am so glad you came by, brother. I really am.
Okay, guys, so we know
Okay, this is the one I got in trouble for. So watch this. I'm pulling out the dishwasher.
and see what I can do about
And Grayson throws me under the freaking bus.
This is
Just wanna
an
get
old
down here and
video
look at it.
too.
I know. Heck, that was back when I still had hair. Oh, right there. I got in trouble. Yeah. And Grayson can't just let it go. He's like, y'all check this out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's a
I
squirter.
didn't say fudge. I said the
I did
word.
not
You want to
say
be very careful
fudge.
not to
I
do
said the
things
real
like
word.
that. But guys, look, it does happen.
Plumbing scams. You've seen them on TV.
Oh,
Amber says this is my
When the water
favorite.
heater goes, you call the plumber. But how can you tell if the plumber that you call isn't taking you for a ride?
This is the plumbing job from hell.
Viewer discretion advised.
Yeah, that's Elizabeth's favorite right there. Liz likes the toilet with the little white crawlies in it.
Sucked whenever Roger would go. All right, go ahead and get a close up of that. I was like, I don't want to.
I know. Will, get down in
I
here.
have to?
Get down in here.
As lazy
What's it
as
smell
you are,
like?
You can get out in the middle of the night and steal people's
Yeah.
crap.
The guy's breaking
That's
in.
ridiculous.
Yeah, freaking guys.
Check out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
video.
When he looks up and
You'll see
smiles,
what
y'all, I
they
want
did.
you to see if
Kinda
anybody
crazy.
knows him. Amber says, when I saw this, I flushed coffee through my nose. I love it.
Those guys took their sweet time breaking into your trucks.
Neil says, I love the retro Ivy. Yes. Yeah.
They took their sweet time. No rush at all.
Calls me at 9 o'clock that night and says, hey, I've got your business pulled up, and if you don't lower my bill, I'm going to give you a bad review.
Don't
that's
get
me on the
wrong.
right, in case y'all
Don't
were
get
wondering.
jacked over. I told her, lady, make sure you spell my name right.
And I did not say the word lady
Legally
either.
Allowed to do things like that.
Just
Why
in case
would
you were
wanna
wondering.
Do that? I understand not getting paid. It's happened to me. I had a lady call me on the phone one day and say, "Look,
I know I owe you 10 grand.
Grayson loves that lady.
Because we're not flipping the house. I'm not selling it. We're going to rent it out. So do whatever you have to do.
Actually,
to this
Grayson's
day,
new
I still
date.
haven't done anything."
As seen on TV.
Yeah, he met her.
Plumber's hero.
Oh, did he really?
Green Goblet.
They were going out when?
Danny sticks.
Flex tape. I saw this food in here.
Artie Banks says when you're
Get it,
poor,
Mom.
but won't plumbing. Just comment somebody else's van. That's a good looking guy there beside the. I don't know if y'all can see this. Good looking guy here next to the TV.
I saw this
Man.
food in here.
Man,
Hit it, Mom.
Just pressing. Unclog the
Grayson
mess.
loves that noise.
What's chat? What's your favorite clip from the Roger video?
Anybody want to
Favorite
break it
part?
out?
Something
In this
that's
video, we're
memorable.
going to talk about mean comments.
Who you talking to?
Actually, we're
Chat.
going to talk about mean
Oh,
comments
yeah.
from
Yeah, so if you're in the chat, what is your favorite part of any videos that maybe we don't have up
all be
here?
from Handyman. I get
Julie
that.
says, I
Here's
love
the deal.
Apprentice
All
Roger.
of y'all don't like what I do.
Aaron, thank you so much.
I understand that.
Aaron, hide and watch Lyles. You got to love
Guy
it.
came to install
Thank
a
you.
toilet. Price was $139.
Oh, Josh, you need to check this stuff out, man. We are having fun. We started doing so many different things on our YouTube channel now. Yeah. Check out all these bad reviews, man. We have gone through and read so many reviews.
Josh said he doesn't even know what's going on. Neither do we,
I
Josh.
know. It's the Roger Wakefield compilation.
Grayson's intros.
Yeah, Grayson, I tell you
I
what,
put
Grayson is
500 million Orbeez down a sink to see if it'd clog it up. Check this out.
500 million Orbeez.
Orbeez montage. Only on the Roger Wakefield YouTube
I
channel,
know,
y'all.
I know.
Where you get an Orbeez montage.
Yes, we are. Those of y'all that don't know, we are celebrating 200,000 subscribers today. Yeah, we've got some fun things we're going to do here with these Orbeez too. Josh, thank you, brother. Paul Hoarder says, my plumber says I have a Libra Jones in my Already bang it. Right now it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that video to my mom, she thought I was gonna do it. Yeah, look at that thing.
Looks like a
That
rainbow
thing is so
snake.
full and so swollen. They're just you can see them moving down the line, and they just kept getting bigger.
That was cool.
That was
Doing
a lot of fun.
That's when the teeth are biting into the pipe, making a cut.
Man, we had fun back then. God, that's been a while.
Yeah, these are old. Some of these are.
And Jack the Plumbing video, you're right, they'll crack. But man, they're great for video. It looks so wonderful.
Now, as you can see, we have a nice straight cut. Hello, I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber. I'd like to welcome you to our YouTube.
That's like when we first got in the studio, too.
We'd like to show you plumbing like you've
set
never
looks totally
seen.
different.
Everything from what's inside plumbing
And I want y'all to know
saving money
that
and how to
all
start
three of
and
those, that was
market
my
your own
idea.
plumbing company.
Grayson,
we even take suggestions
phenomenal
from our
editing.
awesome community. So if you want to learn all things plumbing on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe now. Focus.
Hey, like that.
It's all about plumbing. If you
Make
want to
people
learn
disappear.
plumbing, you heard them.
It is
right
funny
here.
how that
All
works.
you've got to do is subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything.
So that tells y'all there, if you hadn't subscribed, all you got to do is subscribe and ring the bell. And today, give us a thumbs up.
If you don't get flushed.
So
was
anyway,
cool.
guys, we had fun. Is there another one?
That was it.
Oh, just roll. Okay, I
Yeah.
saw that screen and it's like, so look, Will's been with me since the very beginning. It's been fun. Grayson has been with us since. It's a year now.
Probably over a year now, yeah.
We'll have to talk to HR, find out what his hire date was. But man, it's definitely been fun. Embarrassing videos we'd like to mention.
When you broke the countertop.
Yeah, you just saw it. When I got in trouble
Going back to my cave.
for the dishwasher, Will's going to climb back down in his hole. Y'all see how pale he is? It's because we don't let him out. Keep him in the dark. So, I thought you said your mask. I was like, why are you wearing a mask in here? Josh says, I like the nodding. I tell you what, we have had so much fun doing this. And to have y'all in here and be a part of it is really, really cool. So it does. It makes it fun. It's so entertaining. We love this, if y'all can't tell. But it's the cool thing is it's not just the plumbing. Oh, so you made that pop up. There you go. Anyway, I'm going to jump back into the forum a minute, and we may show that video again. Whoa, Will, you just took everything from me. It's like, whoa, wait, I have no control. My mouse won't even reach that screen.
I lost my chat window over here. I was just trying to find it.
Yeah, I hope you found it. So I'm going to jump back in the forum for a little bit. We may show that again in a little while because I know that we got people jumping in and out. The one thing that I will tell y'all, if you haven't done it yet, go over into the subreddit. Roger Wakefield Roger Wakefield posts. We tried to get submits, just was way too long. The cool thing is, though, go over there, Roger Wakefield posts, join the subreddit. That's where people are going to start posting videos and pictures of the funniest plumbing that they've seen, but also the best. If you're a plumber and you're doing great work and you want to post it, man, love to see it in there. Tell all the plumbers you'll know about it because this is something that, man, we're going to take these pictures and videos and we're going to start commenting and posting and sharing and doing all kinds of fun stuff on it. So anyway, number one, thank y'all very much. And if y'all go over and join, it's going to be cool. Matthew McDonough, McDonough, I guess I got that right. Says, hey, Roger, love the show. Have you ever come across copper drain lines in commercial aspects? Yeah. And actually most plumbers probably in Dallas have that have done commercial work. Even residential. When I first started plumbing, we were still running copper from a sanitary tap tee or even a twin horizontal tap tee. A lot of threaded tap tees, or I guess that's what threaded is. The tap tees that came out and then we put in a male adapter, run a copper arm and 90 out. Jamie Cohen, good to see you in here. I miss you too. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. The thing is though, Matthew, literally, yeah, I've seen it. Big commercial buildings with like a 3-inch copper drain. Doing the demo on those was great. Literally, we used to fill up the back of a truck bed of scrap copper. And the cool thing is that the superintendent got to keep all the money, but about once a quarter, he'd take us all out to lunch and we could pick any restaurant in downtown Dallas. Man, it was great. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Pretty cool deal. So yeah, copper drain lines used to be what it was done. You ran copper that used to be lead. We still run into lead every now and then, but the copper was always screwed into the cast iron or something like that. Josh, if you hadn't left yet, brother, thank you so much. It's good to see you here. Really do appreciate you coming by. Josh was actually on one of the first YouTube classes that Will and I ever went through. So, man, that was great. What is your favorite hammer drill? Well, when I take my DeWalt and turn it around backwards and use it like a hammer. Sounded pretty good. I tell you what, I've got multiple ones I use. It depends on what for. I like my cordless DeWalt and Milwaukee, and I've got both of them. A lot of cool stuff. I mean, just really a lot of cool stuff. Grayson says he edited his 100th video. Oh, he lost count since he edited his 100th. So, thanks, I needed the water. Joshua, I really do. For my cordlesses, probably Milwaukee and DeWalt are my favorites. I'll tell you what, it's funny because we're making a video right now or getting ready to. I guess we've already started about emails and why it's important to have a CRM and do this and that. But one of the big stories is why it's important to subscribe to emails for like plumbing supply companies. And it was, we literally had a manufacturer come in and talk to us. Didn't tell us anything about the specials. Then on Facebook, and it was probably in the Texas Plumbers group, my plumbers found out that Milwaukee had a big sale going on a big bag of tools. Bad thing is, the rep who came in never told us anything about it. But if we would have been, or if those guys would have been part of the email and subscribed to it and done different things, they'd have known about it. So that's why it's important. So anyway, Joshua, I like a lot of them. Harry Steele is in plumbing. Harry says, is there a cap for oversizing PEX systems in the U.S.? Here in Germany, we have to carefully evaluate the size of the installation pipes to guarantee the constant change of water in the pipes. It must not stay longer than 72 hours total in the pipes. Harry, I love that. I'd love to see what kind of chart you have that you're going by, because most plumbers over here, they size it based on what they would copper. And if you've got too many fittings between, say, the water heater and the outlet, it's going to reduce the flow. And man, we've run into it so many times. So anyway, that's just a bad thing. And, as y'all can see, Will's got the link up in there to the Reddit. Do me a favor, man. Jump over there. Join the group. We are literally, we want to get pictures of your best plumbing and your funniest plumbing. So that's what we're doing that all about. Jump back over here into the chat real quick and just see. Arnie Banks says, hey, I'm a tuber turd now. You got to love it. Arnie, welcome to the Tuber Turds. Glad to have you here. Neil had to jump out. Bye, brother. Thank you so much. And back over into the forum real quick. We have Alex Prothman says, how do I build my metal roofing YouTube channel? Man, I'll tell you what, number one, learn YouTube. And I don't mean that bad. It is literally, we started studying YouTube and started studying it hard. And the reason being is we understood that we can't compete with the biggest companies around through marketing. So what we started doing is looking at them and figuring out, where can we compete? And we started growing on social media. So we decided, okay, we really want to focus on this. And we started going through training. Now it's funny because I have people around the country reach out to me for training because they literally call and they're like, hey, I want to do exactly what you're doing. I want to be the plumber in New York City that everybody finds. And it's funny how it works, but it's not just plumbing. It's, fencing, roofing, garage doors. There's so many things people are reaching out to us for that it's easy to own if you know what you're doing. So the first thing I would tell you is learn the platform, learn YouTube, and learn it better than anybody else in your niche, and it will make a big deal. Alex, man, I got to tell you though, it takes work, but a year and a half or two, I've been paid back for everything I've invested in it, so it is well worth it. Jose Duenas Beltran, how are you? Says, I got cardboard stuck in my toilet and I try to plunge it out, but it went further in. What do I do? You know, what I would tell you is try to get a closet auger. You can actually go to Ferguson.com and order one, and the auger is going to go down and either grab it and retrieve it, or it's going to push it as it goes down. So a lot of ways to do it. Fernando Urudia, how are you doing? Urudia. See, I control my R's. Advice to a micromanager who constantly needs updates. Man, that's a tough one because I literally try to be just the opposite. I try not to bother my guys. I try not to talk to them. I know if they've got a problem, they're going to call me, no matter what it is. And that's why, and it's hard because I don't keep pushing for updates. So my favorite thing is, it's tough because I give them the power. It's like, go do what you need to do. I tell them what I need done, and then I assume it gets done. So it's really bad because, you know, the micromanager is the other end of it. I don't want to walk in every 30 minutes and say, hey, what are you doing? What are you working on? Is this getting done? To me, that puts too much pressure on people. But I understand both sides of it. There's got to be a happy medium. You know, Fernando, maybe the thing is just talk to him and say, man, look, do you not think I'm doing my job? Because I feel like you're either doubting me, and that's why you're self-managing me or micromanaging me, or you're just, you don't think I can do it, so you don't trust me. And I'd like to find out which it is. So that's kind of how I would handle it. If one of my guys came to me and said that, I'd be like, okay, it makes sense. I've got things I need to work on. Adrian McKeague says, when I have a shower, my toilet bubbles. What is happening? Adrian, here's what you've got. You've got your drains are starting to clog up, or your vents. You're having a problem in there. What I think that I would do is I would try to clean out my drain line through my vent. If you can do that, it may help you because that'll take care of the vent and the drain. But whenever you're starting to get the gurgling there, something's not draining properly. Jump back over into the forum for just a second. Oh, he's got another one here. It says, hey, Roger, I have a problem in my bathroom. So then I fill up my basin and it backflows to the shower. How can I fix it? Vicarious, just like I told him a while ago, it's almost the same thing. You've got a drain not draining properly. You need to, and if it backflows into the shower, that means it's down lower. The way plumbing is designed, and depending on how your bathroom is, your sanitary tee with your side inlet, we call them in Wisconsin, could catch your tub or shower, and the vent could catch your lavatory. So it could all end up coming up in there. So, you know, again, maybe try going through the vent and see if you can clear the main drain out and get your problem taken care of. This is kind of funny. I love bouncing back and forth running 90 miles an hour. Keith's Garage says, is it bad when water from upstairs bathroom is dripping through the downstairs light socket? I would call that bad. I mean, from a plumber's point of view, yeah, I would consider that bad. Number one, it may be sewage. So, you know, don't just stand under it and look up it or anything like that. The whole thing about it is, though, is if it's leaking through the light socket now, eventually it's going to get sheetrock wet, get bigger, cause problems, anything at all like that. Let's go for a bit, take care of some stuff. That's my secret, Julie. I'm always in trouble, man. Aren't we all? That's why we're brothers. Jump back into the forum real quick. Oh, there we go. Jump up here and jump over. And Aiden McCarty says, hey, Roger, I'm not sure if I would like to become a plumber, electrician, or own my own business. What resources can you suggest that would be able to use to explore these career fields? By the way, love your content. Thank you so much. Aiden, I appreciate that. Here's what I tell you. Number one, I've got my free mini course. And here's why I talk about the mini course all the time. Literally, the questions that I ask you there work for plumber, for electrician, for HVAC. But when I get to the part about union and non-union, remember, if you come up in the union, basically you're learning new construction commercial work. The thing is, not many people are going to open their new construction company and do things like that. So, the whole thought process is, what do you do about it? Well, my thing is, if you want to open your own company one day, and look, I used to be an instructor in a union, so I know that you can jump out on one and do the other. But the whole thing about it is, you have the choice to decide now what you want to do. And as long as you know your end game, and I've made videos where I talk about getting in as an apprentice. It doesn't matter if you want to be an electrician or a plumber. This mini course is going to help you both ways. It's going to help you decide which way you want to go and what you want to do. I recommend taking it and figuring it out. At the end of the day, man, I can't tell you what's going to be best for you, but what I would tell you is the videos where I ask questions like that or tell people how to find jobs in the trades, it opens it up to make it easier for you, because it'll make you think about things in a way to help you come up with your own answers. Jared Johnson says, I have a dishwasher. It fills up, but it doesn't drain. Makes a clicking sound when the drain cycles come on. What's the issue? I would tell you that, number one, probably call an appliance person, because normally what it is, it's a pump in the bottom of the dishwasher. A plumber's going to tell you, look, if you'll buy a new dishwasher, I can install it for you, hopefully without breaking the countertop. But that could be done too. So at the end of the day, man, plumbers normally don't work on appliances. There are some that do. There's a place in Dallas called Adam the Answer Man. You can literally call them, talk to them with the model number, talk them through what it's doing and whatnot. They can actually order the parts. They may be able to ship it to you, but they can definitely tell you what all you need for it. So I'm going to jump here, and then I will jump back over into the chat. So one more here in the forum. Lorenzo Bianchi. Hi, Roger. I'm 18, and I'm from Italy. How are you doing? I'm studying plumbing, and I don't know in what sector I should expertise in. I mean, I would like learning everything from basic plumbing to conditioning, but I just don't know. I want to know what your thoughts about it. Anyway, really a big fan. Love your channel and videos. Keep up the good work. Number one, Lorenzo, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Here's what I would tell you, and this is kind of the way that I look at it. The mini course is going to answer a lot of these questions for you, but here's my thought. Number one, I wish I was a master electrician and a master HVAC technician, meaning I wish I had my TR, what is it? Dadgum. I know what it is. The mechanical engineer's license to do HVAC work. TACLA, TCLA. I wish that I had all three of them. Now, me personally, I love plumbing. But if I was also a master electrician and have my TACLA, I could do all three and have a complete mechanical contractor's company. Now, all I've got to do is take the test for my TACLA, but I'm not going back to school to become an electrician. So what I would say is, go through the mini course, because it's going to ask you questions to help you determine what kind of plumber you may want to be. So over in the chat, do your employees drive their vans home at night? Mr. Dustin Brown, yes, actually they do. I've got one that doesn't, because he says, look, I don't live in a real safe neighborhood, and I don't want people trying to break into the van. So, man, I was really happy to hear him tell me that. But yeah, my guys drive the vehicles home. They have a gas card. It's part of their benefits. So Dustin, man, yeah, why are you looking for a place to work that you can drive the van home? I'm always looking for plumbers and apprentices, people that want to learn, grow, and become better. We're really big about education and training. And man, I'm going to tell everybody here right now, man, I only want the people that want to be the very best. So, Grayson, you be careful with them emojis. The funny thing is, look, I want the best, and I want people trained to be the best. So I think it's worth giving the guys their vans. And also, we do a lot of training because I want mine to be better. Sorzer says, can we get a shop tour in the future? Possibly. Here's the deal. Right now, we're in a little bitty shop, meaning I've got a little storage area in the back, and I've got shelves and all kinds of things around in there. But the funny thing about it is I don't have enough room really to get out there and do a lot. We've thought about building workbenches and different things, and we've actually got more room here lately than we thought we had. We've made more room. But the neat thing about it is at the end of the day, my shop's nothing special. I'm wanting to get rid of everything I have out there. We're wanting to set the vans up where everything is inventoried and on checklists. So literally before they leave every job, they're already ordering their materials to replace what they used. And when we get into that, it's going to be amazing. So Sorzer, we may do a shop tour later, but it's probably not going to be anytime really, really soon. And Stretch Sanchez says, do you make your employees subscribe to your channel? No. I think all of them do, but I don't make them do anything except do the job right. Come in for training, try to be the best you can be and things like that. But no, just don't mess with it. J831143 says, what's the best way to check steam traps? You know what? I probably have not installed a steam trap in 30 years. I think that I was working in Austin, Texas in the 80s. That tells you how old I am. Man, to be honest, I don't know. It's been a long time. If there's anybody in here who does know, do me a favor and check that out. If not, send me an email and I will try to find it and figure it out. But man, it's been so long since I worked on steam traps. I have no idea. And I got one more here, and then I'm going to jump back over into the forum for just a minute. William Bragg says, just wanted to say thank you for being you. Awesome channel. William, man, thank you for coming by. Commenting, doing everything that y'all do. I have so many people that come in and comment on man, almost every single video. I got people that they give us thumbs up every time they come into the live. They comment, they share, they like our videos. And man, the neat thing about it is that's what we do this for. It's not just for us. I started making videos to try to market for a plumbing company. Then I realized the cool thing is I had people getting in saying, oh my God, look, I'm learning plumbing from you. I'm learning how to be a better plumber from you. And that's why we kept doing what we did. So William, thank you very much. Over in the forum, Mohamed Badaway says, how do I replace a wood Ford vacuum breaker? Model 17 something. Oh, Woodford. Man, you're just going to have to shut down the water. Either cut it out, unthread it, whatever you can do. It depends on how it connects. I don't know that particular model number, but in a vacuum breaker, they all can be replaced. Are you going to have to test it before you put the new one in? Just out of curiosity. So let me answer a couple of more here in the forum. Guys, if you have questions, there's a link up to the top. Click on it, go over into the forum and put it in. We will be here about another hour, thereabout, and answer some more questions. Kyle Bridges, what are your thoughts on Teflon tape? I see amateurs use it a lot, but not professionals. Let me tell you, professionals use it too. You learn how to use it right. You learn how to use it very carefully. You don't use too much. And the neat thing about it is it literally, it works very well. You've also got to remember the thicker the Teflon tape is, the less of it you use. You can use too much. You want to make sure that you don't do that at all. And I like Teflon tape, but I put Teflon tape on and I use pipe dope over it. But I've had people tell me they don't like that, but you know what? I normally don't have leaks. Caden Connor says, love your videos. I live in Texas and go to a magnet school for trades. I'm doing carpentry, but I still love to watch your videos. You know what, man, I got to tell you, Caden, that's cool. The neat thing about it, and here's what I'll tell you is, like the free mini course, the things where I'm talking about how to become a good apprentice, how to become the best journeyman, how to open your own business one day, things like that. The neat thing about it is you can be a carpenter, you can be an electrician, you can be an HVAC tech. It doesn't matter. Man, try to be the very best you can be. So if you can do that, man, you're going to have an amazing career. Just keep it up. One more here, then I'll jump back over into the chat. Jimmy says, hey, Roger, is it okay to use hydrochloric acid to clean my drain PVC pipes? You know, hydrochloric acid isn't going to mess with your plastic pipes. I'll tell you what, though, that the rigid flex cable that we're talking about, we're going to review next week. And it may be later than that, maybe later in the month. But we've got it here, and we've used it to clean out cast iron pipes. It's got the chains on it. I love it. I think before I went chemicals, I would probably try to go in with a hydrojetter or even the flex cable like that. Back into the chat says, any advice for apprentice doing new construction? Jesus Coy. Jesus, here's what I tell you. It doesn't matter to me whether you're doing new construction, service, commercial, residential, it doesn't matter. Try to be the best apprentice you can be. Try to learn, try to study. Try not to ever have to ask a journeyman a second time how to do something. And what I mean by that is, if a journeyman takes time to teach you how to do something, take time to listen to him. Take time to learn it and take time to think about it. That way you understand it. If you've got to carry a notebook and write stuff down and say, hey, look, man, I'm writing this down because I don't want you to have to tell me again. And they're going to get it. They're going to understand it, and they're going to appreciate that. Always try to be the very best and never stop learning. And it's funny because I was talking to my guys earlier, and it's like, look, to me, the plumbers that get complacent, the ones that just kind of, man, they work, they do really, really good. They get their license, and they just kind of stop. They quit growing. They quit learning. They quit doing things different. And to me, man, I really feel sorry for plumbers like that, because I think that it's that knowledge, it's that learning that keeps us excited, keeps us entertained, and man, keeps us really enjoying what we do every day. Once you quit learning, you get stale and stagnant. And man, I feel sorry for people like that. So, will you put that back up in there? I hit go away about the time that you put the other one up. I want to say thanks to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is over here, and actually it's Liz. Liz is in here helping me out because we're training her because Will is going on a vacation here pretty soon, and we got to figure out how to do this. Braxton Ranky 26 says, what's the best way to clean your pipes? If you have a hydrojetter, that's going to be the best way. If you've got old cast iron pipes and you're trying to get the scale and stuff like that out, the rigid flex cable is amazing. And man, I'm looking forward to getting that in and playing with it and showing y'all and doing things like that. So you've got hydrostatic, you've got a flex cable like that with the chains, which I really do like. And the other one is going to be chemicals. I prefer the water or the flex cable, the sleeved one. Lots of different ideas, but I'm telling you what, and the world's getting better because used to we had just a sewer machine. Run the sewer machine in, make it work, and that's what it is. So, yeah, I got to say that's probably chemicals are the ones that I really don't want the most. Can I use duct tape for plumbing? Well, plumbers use duct tape really to hold their glue and primer together, which you're not supposed to do because you cover it up. The other thing is we use it to like cap off PVC if we're doing a rough. I mean, maybe taping cast iron or PVC to a stake to make sure that, you know, it stays where it's supposed to be in a rough. Yeah, you can use duct tape for plumbing, just not like you would Teflon tape or anything like that. Plumbers don't use duct tape. And I know we all carry it on our truck and we use it for different things, but to be honest, man, the duct tape's probably used more by HVAC people than it is plumbers. But we do still use it. The Spud Master, I like that. What is the best way to get into the trades? And man, I feel like I've said this time and time again. And that number one, go check out my free mini course. Because first of all, you've got to figure out what kind of trades you want to get into. And I don't just mean the trade like electrician, plumber, HVAC tech, anything like that. But I mean, what kind of position? Do you want to do commercial? Do you want to do residential? Do you want to do new construction? Do you want to do service? Do you want to be non-union? Do you want to be union? What do you want to do? Because it's funny, when we did our 100,000 party year, we literally had, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, probably about 8 different plumbers come in and out of here. And literally every one of them I asked, when you got into plumbing, did you know what kind of plumber you wanted to be? And they all said no. And me, when I got into plumbing, I didn't know what kind of plumber I wanted to be. I didn't know there were different type plumbers. I just thought, okay, I'm a plumber now. I had no idea about commercial and residential, about new construction and service, even about union and non-union. So to me, that's why I made the mini course. I want to tell people, look, there's options out there. Don't just think, and I mean, I've met people say, oh my God, I could never deal with poop. Okay, then don't be a residential service plumber. But you know what? We don't deal with it that often, and we can make more money than most commercial plumbers. So you got to kind of look at what you really want to do or why you're doing it. Me, man, I was taking care of my family. I wanted to do what I could to make the most possible money. Travis Gillum says, do you think you will ever do like an Apprentice ride-along video where you kind of roll with one of your plumbers for a day? Man, my plumbers stink. I don't want to do that. No, I'm joking. You know, I've thought about doing stuff like that, but for me to go with a plumber for a day, it takes like me and 1 or 2 other people to have lights and cameras and stuff like that. We normally do stuff like that where it's like, look, I go out and take somebody with me, and I go out and do the work, because then I've just got one person there to video, to shoot, and do stuff like that. Ice cold water. 150th flight. How many people we got in here? Will, do you have any idea?
I'm showing 165.
165. Slow day today. Alex McCrary got one question over here real quick. Your stash is killer, dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mang Ascasmus. Man, I'm close. What essential tools should an average handy person have in case something goes wrong with their plumbing? Man, that's really a very good question. Adjustable pliers, an adjustable wrench, a hammer, needle nose pliers, screwdrivers, flashlight. That would probably be the things that I would have. One of the very first things that I would tell you, have a way to shut the water off to your house. Whether it is a meter wrench and a key, whatever it is you need. But here's the thing too, guys. Learn how to shut the water off before you need to. Because, man, let me tell you, if you've got a plumbing problem and it's a flood, every minute that water runs can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So be very careful when it's time to do it. Know if you're allowed to shut the water off at your meter or wherever you're at, just to see if it's possible and what you can do. Chase Lyles, how we doing, brother? I know you got a YouTube channel too. Man, I want to find out when you go live on yours. Chase says, what is the most important trait for an elite service plumber to possess? On the other side of the coin, what is something you see that guys that don't make it have in common? Chase, these are great questions. And look, if y'all don't know Chase Lyles, Chase, put the name of your Facebook group in there too. I know Dustin was in here earlier. Put the name of yours in, and also let me know when you're going live on YouTube. So Chase, here's what I love about this. What's the most important trait for an elite service plumber to possess? Number one is, to me, it's the knowledge to learn. It is literally, if we're willing to learn, we're willing to grow. And if you're willing to grow, you're doing more than most plumbers at your company already. Don't get me wrong. Everybody wants to make the most money. Everybody wants to be the best, but most people don't want to do the work to be the best. Most people don't want to take the exams. Most people don't want to get the licenses. Most people don't want to study. Most people don't want to take the time to learn. And what is the one big thing that guys that don't make it have in common? They think they know it all. They already think, hey, look, I got this. Look, guys, I'm an old school plumber. I've been doing this 50 years. I look at plumbers like Chase and Dustin, and I'm like, man, I learn a lot from these guys. And I love it. You know, when I first got into the union, that is one thing that I asked the plumber that helped me get in. He literally says, you know, look, man, you're getting into the union. You know, you got any questions? I said, yeah. What is the biggest advice you can give me? He said, number one, listen to your apprentice, because they're learning new ways. They're learning new equipment, material, technologies, and things like that. Chase, look, man, you have got that amazing attitude, the elite service plumber type person. You see the knowledge and learning. You see the knowledge and learning more. If I came to you tomorrow and said, oh my God, there's this new tool that'll do this, you're going to be like, dude, I want to see it. I want to play with it. I want to touch it. I want to see what it'll do. There's a lot of plumbers that'd be like, you know what, man, I got a tool that'll do something similar to that. It'll just take me 12 hours to do it, and I can make more money. And you're like, no. I want to do the best thing for my customer. And to me, that's what knowledge brings us. It brings us the power to take better care of the people that we're working for. So Chase, man, I love that. Good to see you in here. Man, we need to go have lunch. You know, we've been talking about that for a long time. We just ain't done it yet. I'm going to answer one more in here and then jump back over in the chat. Jorg Conter says, hi, I'm a plumber from the Netherlands and wondered if you still use a lot of copper or plastic pipes. And the answer is yes and yes. George, we use copper to repair. If I'm doing a slab leak underground, I will, if it's copper, I'll come in and replace it with copper. I know some other plumbers that are putting in PEX or Uponor and then changing that way. Man, I'm old school. I like to dig it up, clean it up, seal floss it, test it, and make sure everything's right, and call that puppy good. I kind of like that. I'm going to jump in here real quick. The Spudmaster says, do you have any tips for doing apprenticeships or how to be a plumber's apprentice? Yeah, we talked about that one a while ago. Make sure that you get in, you learn, you always try to be the best plumber apprentice. If you want to be the best plumber's apprentice, you got to work like you want it. You got to work like there's 10 other apprentices on the job trying to be the best, and they're going to outwork you. If you let them, it'll happen. If you don't let them, you'll be the best. And at the end, when it's time to figure out who we got to get rid of and who we got to keep, you're going to be the one kept around. And that's always a good thing. Aaron Lyle says local legend. I'm assuming you're talking about Chase. So I like that. Hey brother, I'm a maintenance guy in New York. Your rule just started saving some weird pics to send you. Good. Hey guys, here's the deal. And I know that we've got the link in here somewhere. Reddit. Okay. Reddit, Roger Wakefield posts. Go in there, put your pictures, put your videos. We're gonna pull stuff out of there. There it is right there by the Nightbot. Thank you. I love how Nightbot hears me talk and says, hey, I know what he wants to put up. Kind of cool. So Ricky Yamashita says, how can I tell who to trust, plumber-wise? And I like your little emoji there, Ricky. That's pretty cool. Here's what I'll tell you. Number one, check reviews. Number two, find out who your plumber is going to be before you have an emergency. And I know that sounds strange, but remember, I started growing my business through networking. And you would be surprised how many plumbers cannot get up and talk to people. And when I started networking and literally got out and talked to people about plumbing and how to fix their own plumbing, you build those relationships. But what people don't know is, look, go in and look at reviews. Go in and check now, what is it that Google says about them? What does the Better Business Bureau say about them? What does Yelp say about them? Because you go in and look. I remember being out networking one time, and this plumber comes up to me and says, "Oh my God, man, I've seen your videos. I love you. I got a question. How do you do what you do?" And it was really funny because I seriously thought he was talking about videos. And I'm like, well, I don't know, just, getting started. No. He said, "Man, you don't have bad reviews." I said, "Okay." He said, "Well, how do you make your like 1 and 2 star, 3-star videos or reviews go away?" And I said, I don't know what you mean." He says, "Well, I see your videos or I see your reviews and you don't have any. How are you making them go away?" I said, "Well, man, we try not to get them." He says, well, what do you mean?" I said, "Well, look, we try to do things right." And it blew his mind. He literally thought I had a way of going in there and making them go away. Guys, it doesn't happen like that. You've got to try to get 5-star reviews every time you walk in a house. Go back to Chase Lyles. What is it that the elite plumbers are doing? Every time we walk in a house, we're there to do an exceptional job. We want to be elite every time we walk in, take care of our customers, treat them better than they've ever been treated, and keep learning how to do that better. And man, that's about how it gets down to. Yvonne Flores says, "Hi, Roger." Your mouse is over here. "Hi, Roger. I'm not a plumber, but I truly appreciate your point of view in your industry." Something about the new vans. It got covered up. Oh, there we go. Like the new vans. Yeah, I like the new vans too, Yvonne. Thank you so much. The neat thing about it is, look, I love other people's point of view. I love hearing what other people have to say. And that's why we're doing the Reddit deal. And I want y'all to think about that. People email me photos, videos of good and bad plumbing all the time. People text them to me. People that know me and have my number will text it to me and say, "Oh my God, look, you will not believe this." Here's the thing. I want to know what y'all want. I want to know what y'all like. So by us putting the videos and pictures up, good, bad, or ugly, y'all get to comment and give me your point of view, because it's not just about me. I can tell you what I see. And the reason that I like doing what I do is, look, I've been a commercial plumber. I've been residential. I've been union. I've been non-union. I've been service. I've been new construction. I've done it all. So the cool thing about it is when people ask me, "What kind of plumber do you think?" I can turn around and say, "Man, look, I can give you some information about it, but you've got to answer that question." I don't know if you want to drive to a different job all the time every day. Maybe you work half a day here and then go here. I don't know if you are the kind of guy that likes driving to one job 3 years in a row, every day, same place. And I've done that. I've done it all. I was out at the airport for almost 5 years. And there's a lot going on out there. Some people like that. Some people don't. Me, I'm lucky enough that I was able to jump around and do different things. So Ivan or Yvonne Flores, either way, man, I love other people's point of view. It lets me see how they think about it. So that's pretty cool to me. The DJ says, "What do you suggest to use as transport for a new plumber?" We just bought the new Ford Transits, the extra long. Actually, Dustin DeWeese was in here earlier, and he's the one I said, "Hey, man, look, what is your favorite vehicle that you ever rode in?" He said, "Man, I love the Ford Transit, the extra tall, extra long." And man, it was fantastic. So I like that. And if that's what you're talking about, that's exactly what I recommend. And we just rented them. We rented 4, or at least 4. We didn't rent them. I like this. Raymond Jacobs says, good job, Roger. Dad told us when we were growing up, do the best you can and leave it better than it was. Man, if we all had that attitude and we all tried to do that every single day, wouldn't it be a much better place? Shadow Anglican? Shadow Angel King. There we go. Sorry, guys. Told you about my eyeballs. It says, I have a problem with my shower. When I turn the hot water off, it makes this loud rumble over and over. Is there an easy way to fix it, or do I need a plumber? It depends on if it's a one-handle shower, like a cartridge, or if it's a 2 or 3 handle. It could be that it's not shutting off completely, so you're getting a washer vibrate and make a noise. I've seen that. I also really recommend that, maybe try turning it off slow one time, see if that helps. It could be a lot of different things, but you're probably, you may not need to call a plumber. This may be something that you can change the cartridge or the seats and washers or things like that yourself. So Shadow Angel King, different ideas there, different options, but it may be something you can do yourself. Don't buy the Transit, not extra long. Man, I loved it. My guys like them too. Don't get me wrong, finding a place to park them may be a pain, but once you're inside, I mean, my guys can stand up, move around, and do all kinds of cool things. Kendall C, we use a sewer inspection camera that most of y'all probably don't even know about. I like it, but I'm in the middle of talking to a couple of different people about a possible sponsorship on that. So I'm not going to throw out any names yet because I may be changing to a different brand. Just kind of leave it at that. James Asma says, what is the best way to get into the industry for a guy with no experience? And again, and this has been a big topic tonight, go look at the mini course, the free mini course that I do, because there's different ways to get in. There's different ideas to get in. James, I've got a ton of videos teaching people everything from how to find out who's hiring, how to go on a job interview, how to do a lot of different things. But that is really the best way to start because there's a lot of different ideas and a lot of different ways to go to do things like that. So James, try that. See if that helps you. And if it does, let me know. I'll do one more here coming out of the chat, and then I will jump back over into the forum. We still got some more questions over there. Collector345 says, I appreciate the trades. Everyone wants to go to college, but nobody wants to do the hard work. And some people do want to do the hard work. Some people understand that by getting into the trades, that they have an opportunity that a lot of other people don't. And James, you're welcome. They have a lot of opportunity that other people don't. Number one, and I've got a video where I've done it. The neat thing is that I guess the best way to look at it is we did a video. If you go to school and it costs you $25,000 a year, or you go to trade school for 5 years and you make what scale is, and I think we based it here on the Dallas area, basically you're going to make more money in the long run going through the trades. Does that mean it's for everybody? No. Some people can't handle being in the trades. They want that desk job or office job or job in the AC. I remember one year out at the airport, man, when it was freezing, it was freaking freezing and cold and a pain, and your lips hurt, your nose hurt, your lungs hurt, it hurt to breathe. And again, I remember being so daggum hot. It's like, okay, man, I'm going to lose 100 pounds today just walking around. And I know some of y'all thought, yeah, you could stand to lose 100. Not true. Maybe. Anyway, the thing about it is it's different for all of us. So some people can't handle the hard work, you're right. But some people, me, man, I love it. Even if I was graduating now, this is exactly what I would want to do. So I'm going to jump over into the form real quick, although I do see a chat that says, Gary Lucas says, how do you do a plumbing live stream? Man, we just do. Having fun. Questions. Carson Williams. Do you think it's better to have a dishwasher or just to wash the dishes in the sink? Or is the dishwasher just more of a problem? You know, I love having our dishwasher. You can wash dishes in the sink if you want to, you know, do it that way to save water. I think you probably would. But with these high efficiency dishwashers now, they've got it down to where, you know, they don't use a ton of water. So lots of different ways to look at it. I'm going to kind of go speed round in the forum real quick, just because I know it's getting close to 5 o'clock. And so Adrian McCaig says, hey, your bathroom tap's leaking around the handle. Went to change the core, but I cannot find one that matches. Can I use any core and change the handle or something? No. What you've got to do, Adrian, is literally you've got to find out what brand it is, because that cartridge, what you're calling a core, I call a cartridge, that piece needs to be the same brand or it's not going to fit and it's not going to work right. If you can't find that, you literally may have to change the faucet itself. Hate to tell you that, but that's really what's going to happen. Luke Peck says, what is the best type pipe to use in New York? You know, Luke, I don't work in New York, so I don't want to mislead you, but are you talking water or are you talking sewer? Here in Texas, we would use cast iron if it's maybe a big commercial job. We're getting into more PVC on the commercial too, but my thing is, my thing is, sorry, I saw the Sam Ham thing about comments on football. You probably don't want my comments. The funny thing is, though, in New York, copper is what we use for water down here, although we're getting into more PEX and Uponor. On the big jobs, the last one I did, we're still using cast iron, but I love the idea of getting into the bigger PVC. So I like that too. And it's funny because the underground water park at Great Wolf Lodge, Schedule 80 CPVC. Sam Ham says, what do you say to a customer who keeps calling in toilet stoppages? You've told them to stop flushing things they shouldn't, commercial tenant, causing the problem. Now the owner calls asking how to prevent it. What do you tell them? I just tell them, look, I'll keep coming back, but every time I pull out stuff that aren't supposed to be flushed, feminine products, baby wipes, paper towels, used underwear. I mean, you would not believe the stuff that we pull out. But, you know, if it's baby wipes or something, I would go to the owner and say, hey, I hate to tell you this, but you need to start buying the freaking Cottonelle flushable wipes because they dissolve. And if you can't solve the problem, help make the problem better by recommending something else that may work better. Sometimes as plumbers, it's what we got to do. Matthew Dahl says, I don't have a question, just telling you your content is great. I hope your channel excels on this platform. Matthew, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Guys, look, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we do for. I saw somebody put in the deal in here a while ago. How many likes do you want? It's not that we want likes. It's if you like our videos and you like what we're doing, man, let us know, because what it does is it tells YouTube, hey, people really like this. If you don't and you give me a thumbs down, put a note in here and say, hey, man, just going to let you know, I don't like this because. As long as you're polite about it, nobody's going to block it. Nobody's going to hide your comment. Look, everybody doesn't like me. I get it. Okay? It is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, we're trying to talk to the algorithm. If you like a video, if you like if we post a video and you like it, leave a comment. If you like what we're doing, subscribe. That tells YouTube, hey, this is good content. We like it. We're going to come back. And I love it that the Nightbot is listening, because it reminded me, go into Reddit and post your pictures and videos, because that's what we want to make videos about, stuff that y'all like. So that's why it is what it is. But thank you very much, Matthew. Man, we love what we're doing, and we keep having fun at it. So right now, we're going to keep doing it. A different Matthew McClatchy says, what is your pricing method you use? Can you explain it? It's really hard to explain because there's a lot to it. There's actually a science behind it. We've got a straightforward pricing guide. We're part of a big national organization that helps us with coaching and training our guys and all kinds of things. The neat thing about it is they also help us, meaning I can come to them and they say, look, what is the most that you would pay for a plumber in your area? And you base your prices on that. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to base your prices on the fact of what somebody else is charging. They may be going out of business. And if you're not doing things as good as them, you may go out faster. If you're doing things better than them, you may go out slower. But if you don't have your pricing set on what it costs you to do business, it's going to hurt you in the long run. So you want to make sure to be very careful. So that's about the best way I can explain it right now. Stephen Gomez says, do your employees wear helmets on really serious jobs? Love your channel, Roger, and I would like to do plumbing in the future. They don't wear helmets. They don't wear hard hats or anything like that. What they do is we've got face masks, like the plastic face mask, if they're going to be in an area where they could possibly get sewage in their face or eyes or anything like that. Eddie on line 1 just joined the subreddit. Thank you very much. Well, Liz, how many people do we have in the subreddit? Do y'all know? I figured you could. I like that. What I'll tell you, Stephen Gomez, is how many? 18. Hey, great start. That is a great start. Stephen Gomez, what I'll tell you is if you want to do plumbing in the future, keep doing what you're doing. Get in here, watch videos, learn. You're going to be so far ahead by the time you get into the trades. Any plumbers in here, leave a message in here and tell me what part of this would have helped you. Had you had videos, if you had social media, had you had things like that, would it have made you a better plumber, and could it have helped you possibly become a plumber faster? Could you have learned enough to say, hey, you know what? I'm a little more confident. I can go take that test and see what the deal is. That's the way I would look at it. And I got some more questions here. I'm going to say we're still doing good right now. Damon Kunkel, how are you doing? Do you have a plumbing tester to check work on new construction? Do you have a plumbing tester to check work? On new construction here in the North Texas area, when we do work, we have to call and get a permit. And then we have an inspector come out and look at it. So we have to test it. We have to do certain things. The neat thing about it is, look, we're diligent about doing what we're supposed to do. Every now and then we'll mess up and we'll try to help a customer and maybe cover something up till they come back and fix it later and get it inspected then, and then we get jacked over. So kind of done with that. Kind of tough when you be nice to people. They want to try to do you wrong. Romulo Carlo Sarabia, how are you doing? What do you usually use when fixing broken pipe or unclogging a drain? Again, a great question. If it's a broken pipe, we normally try to replace it with what it is, unless, say it's clay pipe or something, or a cast iron that's just horrible. We may put in shear bands and replace it with PVC. It depends on how and what we need to do. So there's the option. The Wackadoodle, thank you for the super chat, says, I want to get into the trades and wondering what your take would be on what trade is best. I have no experience in any trade, really, by the way. Number one, look, plumbers are the best. We're the best looking. We're the smartest. And, man, with enough cologne, you can even smell the best. Really, it's up to you. You've got to think about, what do you like? Some people could say, look, I could never touch poop. I could never be around the poop smell. Some people say, look, I never want to get shocked, so I couldn't be an electrician. Some people say, well, I don't want to work in an attic all summer. I can't be an HVAC tech. Some people say, I can't work in an attic all winter. I don't want to be an HVAC tech working on heaters. Man, there's a lot of different opportunities out there. So, again, the free mini course is going to help answer questions like that for you. you've got to decide what's best for you. I love plumbing. And I mean, I really love plumbing. So to me, the cool thing is literally that's what is best for me. I don't think I would have enjoyed electrical work. I went to school and got my certification as an HVAC tech too, but I never followed through with it. I mean, I've got it. I've just decided that's not what I want to do. So I didn't open a company like that. So the wackadoodle, thank you very much. Figure it out for yourself because you're going to like it even more. Sam Wellington says, I started a plumbing job at Lowe's with no experience and it's tough. Any recommendations? Yeah, don't give up. Sam, you're in a position where you can learn. One of my plumbers actually worked at another big box store, got a lot of experience in the plumbing section. Now he loves what he does and he's really good at it. So what I will tell you is, please don't give up. You've got an opportunity to learn and grow and get better. And man, it will be a great thing for you. Back over into the form real quick. How can I clean a clog? Just clogged my sink. And I've got a video teaching you how to take your P-trap apart, do the whole 9 yards, get it taken care of. Really easy to do. Then if you've got to clean out a sewer or something like that, or the main, or even a branch line, see if you can find a clean out, wall clean out. If not, you may need to go through the vent on the roof. A lot of different things you can do. Hope that takes care of you. Roger, what is your personal experience? Oh, his name's Roger, not me. Mine is, but he's the Roger I was talking to. What is your personal experience using acids to clear clogs or blockages? I heard hydrochloric acid is safe in lower concentrations. Information online says it's sketchy. I think it's very sketchy. You know, we kind of talked about this earlier, and my thoughts are hydrojetter, blow bag, the flex cable, and there's a lot of different things that you can use. I try to stay away from chemicals, but that's just me. They can be dangerous, and then if you can't get it and you got to call a plumber, you're putting him at risk too. Jack Stahl, welcome back. How are you doing? Do you need some type of ID to start plumbing? Yeah, here in Texas, you've got to have an ID. You've got to send it to the state. You've got to do a lot of different things. But the thing that they're starting to do now is the fingerprints. You're going to have be able to get fingerprinted to become a tradesman, a journeyman, a master, anything at all in Texas. They're getting started with it, and it works. Jet blasting is good. Yes, it is. Hydro blasting, the hydrojetters are phenomenal. I love them. Ricky Yamashita jumped over in the forum too. How to determine a trustable plumber. I answered that for you earlier. Thank you very much. E. Depper says he's not very bright. Hate that. Sorry for you, man. Alexander Young says, still in high school, thinking about going into the trades, want to be a plumber's apprentice, but I don't know how to go about it. Do you have any tips? Yeah. Alexander, this is one like I talked about earlier. I've made a ton of videos how to get into the trades. Watch the mini course first, then figure out, do you want to do your own company one day? That may affect it. But also, do you want to do residential or commercial service or new construction? A lot of stuff to it. Is your outlook on shark bites from experiencing failed ones? Yes, absolutely. More than one, to be honest. Mike from Michigan. Mike says, what do you think of the plumbing company that is sending people to homes without a journeyman or master plumber with them? You know, I got to tell you, Mike, and this is where I'll get on my soapbox for a little bit. I used to be against that 150%. And I literally met a guy he's in this national group that I'm in. And he says, Roger, look, once my guys are to the point that they can do it, and I trust them and believe in them, I send them out because we cannot get plumbers. And I've got to tell you, my thing is, It's hard to get plumbers. It's hard to get good plumbers. It's hard to find them. Texas needs plumbers. The nation needs plumbers. And that's why I'm always recruiting in here. I'm always telling people, hey, look, the opportunity is there to grow in the future. If you will get in, learn everything you can, man, 5 years from now, I truthfully think plumbers are going to be making $100 an hour. And I know that sounds crazy, but I also think it's true. There's more old plumbers getting out, less young plumbers getting in. Supply and demand is going to be horrible, but it's going to be great for the young plumbers. So, man, get in it, learn all you can. It's going to be phenomenal. Now, what do I think about people sending in unlicensed people? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to keep your doors open. And if the states or the country is not going to help promote the trades enough to help recruit people in, man, some companies got to do what you got to do. It's either you send in somebody that you trust, that you have trained, that you have worked with, that you know understands what they're doing, or you let a handyman go do it. Because if plumbers can't get to it sooner or later, a handyman is going to. No Kiss says you're a sly old codger. Yes, I am, and I have been my whole life. Man, do we watch this here? Oh, boy, I did the wrong thing right there. Yeah, you did good, Will. Ava Rogers says, does it matter if it's copper pipe instead of the regular pipe for a toilet and a sink? No, it really doesn't. You know, here's the funny thing. You know, we used to use copper. Then we used to use chrome tubing. We used to use a lot of different things like that. Now they've got these flex connectors that are made out of all kinds of different things. It doesn't matter. They're designed for it. They're going to work, and they're going to do a good job. Aaron, Hide and Watch Lyles says, we are changing the whole game. Roger, you're leading the way. Exciting. These steps we are taking to move the trade will bring interest to young generations. You know, and man, guys, this is what it's all about. Don't do things like everybody else. If you're going to be the best plumber, look at what other plumbers are doing and say, look, I think I can do that, but I think I can do it better. Why wouldn't you want to? You know, I look at these young plumbers that are doing great, and I watch them, and I'm like, okay, man, y'all are great, but there's this one little thing here that I think I can do better. And that's what it's all about. So, Mr. Lyles, let me tell you what, we are changing the world. Those of us that are getting up and talking to people and trying to help people, you know, somebody asked me earlier, you know, why do you do this? When I get messages from people that say, hey, look, I have watched you. Now I have a career. Now I have a new job. Now I have a business card because I became a plumber and now I'm running my own truck. So there's a lot of different things that we're doing to make it better. But I'm not the only one, man. There's a lot of people out there, and I think it's great. Kevin Trifaro says, hey, Roger, what brand toilet repair flapper is the best? Also, is there any chance you're going to do a video on properly flushing an electric water heater? Yeah, we've done the video on flushing a water heater, whether it's gas or electric, it doesn't matter. Pretty much, man, there's some fools in here tonight. Yeah, no, y'all are all over it. Thank y'all very much. I want to say thanks to Will and Julie and Grayson. Don't know if Amber's still in here or not. Man, you just got to love people that are stupid. You've got to feel sorry for them. Anyway, does it matter if copper pipe instead of the regular pipe for a toilet and sink? No, that's phenomenal. Kevin, we've done the video on flushing a gas water heater. Flushing electric's the same. The neat thing about it is if you can do one, you can do the other. It's got the controls down at the bottom. I can't even get him. I put him in timeout, and you can block him. Yeah. No, you're good. You got to feel for people that have nothing better to do. But I know Amber's in here, but Will is on it. Will is all over it. Will's actually having fun. This is like Donkey Kong to him. He's like, man, look, I'm just jumping on him. So anyway, Kevin, that'll help you out there. I'm going to jump back into the forum a little bit while Will takes care of this. That way we don't have to worry about that. John Taylor. I found some rust and sticky stuff in my drain and sink water feeding into the spout. What do you do? What do you think is wrong with that? I have a well system. Man, if you have a well system, the bad thing is, you can't just go out and get a normal filtration system. You need to get one designed for a well. So, make sure that you do everything that you can to filter that water. Normally it's just sulfur, chemicals, stuff like that. But you really want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can. Well, you're on it, man. I love it. Hey, guys, I'm sorry we have some ass wipes in here. It is what it is. I hope they're having fun. So anyway, Mr. John Taylor, I hope that answers your question. Yosef, what is your favorite type job to do? Man, I love just residential service plumbing where I can go out and take care of people. It is so good. I thought we blocked him. Oh, okay. Cool deal. Residential service plumbing where I can take care of customers. That is my favorite thing to do. Jack Guthrie says, hey there, Roger. Love the channel. By the way, just a quick question to throw at you today. How do you bleed a radiator? I'm an aspiring young plumber looking to pipe my way through the world. Well, number one, Jack, thank you. Good to have you here. The thing that I'll tell you is, there should be a high point vent on it. You want to make sure that you're letting water into the bottom and you have a way to vent them out the top. And really that's about it. The thing is to it, water goes in the bottom, air goes out the top, air rises because it's lighter. And as long as you keep focusing on that, keep pushing it out, you'll get all of it out. I've actually seen them come in and literally vent whole houses that way to keep a water hammer noise away. So lots of different things to do there. So I hope that helps, Jack. Igor Aduda says, congrats on 200,000. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Got a few more here in the forum. Kane Shannon says, how are you doing and what are you doing to keep busy during COVID? We're doing great. The plumbing company is staying busy and man, it's just, we're doing well. I think the good thing is, we're working hard to get better, not just at the plumbing company, but our marketing, our social media, everything that we're working on, and really it's working pretty good. So thank you very much. And luckily we're doing pretty good with COVID. I hope all y'all are too. Andrew Robinson says, my toilet's always getting clogged every time somebody uses it. What are things that you can do to avoid clogging it up? You might need to pull it and reset it. It may not be set right. Or there could be an offset flange, which you can't do anything about. Anytime there's any kind of a flow restriction in the bottom of the toilet, it's going to be bad. Next one is from Santiago Salazar. Says, I've been in community college for a few years, but now recently applied to plumbing program here in New Jersey. Should I put off the plumbing course for another year to finish off at school or just forget about it and go straight into the plumbing program? I'm not sure how it is in New York, but here's what I would tell you is that you want to do everything you can to learn. So if you're learning from the college that you're in or from the school you're in, I would say keep it up. If it's a good plumbing program, do everything you can to keep learning there. Now, if you're not getting much of it and that's a problem, then I would look at possibly trying to do something else. So hopefully that helps you. Do you know what kind of plumber you want to be? I've got a few more here in the forum. I'm going to go through these real quick, guys. No more questions in the forum, please. And yeah, I've got a lot of people trolling, so it really don't matter. We're having fun. I hear Will over here hitting it like it's a video game, though. Shane Holt says, what is your recommended flusher for a toilet? I've tried many brands, materials, plastic, metal, and the chain keeps breaking over time. Is there one that holds up longer? Man, I would check what brand toilet is you have and try to get the one that's made and recommended with it. If you're using a universal, it could be pulling it too hard. It could be doing some different things. You might also check the quality of your water. And yeah, we keep banning people, so it is what it is, guys. Next one. Person Welliker says, Roger, what do you think would be a good tip for a job that takes 6 to 8 hours? A good tip. Also, what's the best way to find a legit plumber? No, number one, you know, and look, I have had plumbers tip me before, but you know, plumbers don't always get tipped, y'all. Plumbers normally get paid pretty good, so that makes it nice. The neat thing that I'll tell you is that the best way to find a legit plumber is to go online and check reviews. Check and see what it is that people are doing. Check and see what the reviews look like, and read through those reviews and see if it's possible that the reviews are legit. Meaning sometimes you can read them and it's like, okay, this is not good. Let me see. I got about 4 or 5 more. Victor Vasquez says, hey, Roger, I got an apartment manager job a couple of months ago, pretty handy, and I've been doing a few repairs myself involving plumbing, tips, and recommendations. Man, keep learning everything you can. If you're the apartment manager or maintenance man, you're actually legally allowed to work on stuff like that. The thing about it is that, you know, learn the right way to do it. And I get messages, I get pictures, I get videos, I get comments all the time from people where, man, somebody just comes in and tries to throw stuff in and duct tape it to try to make it work right. The bad thing is, man, learn to do it the right way. If you can always do that, it's going to be great. Let me see. Mario Wright says, how should one go about replacing poly B with PEX? Like replace all in the house at once or in small portions? You know, that's again going to be up to you. If you can replace it all at once, like it's a pier and beam and it's easy to do, I would try that. If not, man, replace it as you can and handle it that way. Jonathan Evans says, love the videos. Can I get a, y'all crazy? No, I would never do anything like that. Jeez, really? Some people. Joshua D says, I'm a factory worker. I like what you do, but I want to get into a trade. But where I'm working now, I can make up to 20 an hour in 2 more years and more space to move up and make more money. What does an apprentice start out at, or should I stick it out here? Plumber apprentices here in Texas right now literally can start out at about 17 an hour. In 5 years, they're going to be making about 40 an hour. So, and that's just through the union. I think good service plumbers that are really good are going to end up making more money. So anyway, Jonathan Evans, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. I got a couple of more here in the forum. Austin Pendley says, do you do your own accounting? No, actually I don't. I've got an accountant. I've got a wife that literally runs the back office and does it very, very well. And that makes all the difference in the world, and it helps a lot. The DJ says, do you recommend leasing or buying your vehicles for business? We just started leasing. This is the first time. I think it's going to be the smart thing to do. We got a good price on them. But the thing is, too, after 3 years, I think after 3 years, if we want to keep them for one more year, then we can own them if we just keep leasing them for another year. So if my guys take care of them, man, we can do great. Let me see right here. Lawrence Obsfeld says, what could the cause be for very low water pressure in a faucet? It could be clogged. It could be, if it's just one faucet, it's probably either the angle stops, the flex lines to them, or cartridges within the faucet. And that's about it. And let me see here. Edgar F. says, is my toilet flushing too weakly a valid concern? It depends on if it's flushing too weakly because the tank's not filling up, because it's not pushing down good, or because it stopped up and it's just not draining good. So it really depends on which way it goes. But yeah, it's something you may want to worry about, because if it does have to back up, or if it's not flushing good and it starts to overflow, it could definitely be problems. So, man, that is all the questions in the forum. I'm going to jump over here into the chat. Man, there are some fools in here. There are definitely some fools. How is it? Are you having fun, Will?
Yeah.
Are you? It sounds like a video game over there. Here, I'm going to make one of these guys a moderator just to see how that goes. See who can block who first. Who makes more, union pipe fitters or union plumbers? Actually, if they're in a combi union, it's normally the same. So that makes a big difference. Yeah, there's some fools in here. You know, I want to say, guys, number one, those of y'all that are in here being nice, thank y'all very much. Those of y'all that are in here being what you are, man, I feel sorry for you. And that's just a good way to put it. I just really feel sorry for you. I want to thank the moderators. I know Paul and Neil were both in here earlier. Grayson was. I don't know if he's still in here or not. Will, thank you for everything you're doing. Liz, thank you for being here and helping me run things the way you're doing it. Yeah, everybody in here disrespecting my wife like that, pray to God you never meet me. And that's the nicest thing I'll tell you, because it'll be the last thing you remember. The rest of y'all, man, I'm sorry that it had to turn out the way it did, but, you know, it is what it is. And if you asked a question in the forum, I answered them. If you just asked one, I probably didn't, because I've already got out of there. And I said, hey, look, about 25 minutes ago, we're done there. Here's my thing. It is, you know, you got to deal with people like this. It's crazy. It is what it is. The bad thing about it is that person has no life and has nothing better to do. So pray for them. Hope things get better. And it is what it is. Those of y'all that have been here and have fun and enjoyed it, thank you very much. I do appreciate y'all being here. It is what it is. Some people are the way they are. They can't help it. I feel sorry for them. They literally have no life. Those of y'all that have been here and have enjoyed it and like it, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about. Did we do good? Did we survive? Man, it looks like we got through the trolls anyway. And don't worry about being sorry. It is what it is. Like I said, there's people there that, man, they need help. The best way to put it. Anyway, happy Monday, y'all. Glad to be here and doing everything that we do. If you've learned something today, I appreciate it. If there's anything that y'all need help with plumbing-wise, do me a favor, leave a message. Jump in here. Let us know what we can do to help you. Anyway, guys, happy Monday. Another great live stream. It is what it is. Jeremy, good to see you in here, brother. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Well, maybe not all of you, but thank most of you for being here. Anyway, thank Thanks to Liz. Thanks to Grayson. Thanks to Amber, Julie. Julie, sorry you've had to go through all this. Yeah, mods, all of you, thank you very much. Anyway, I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.